Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week? The Rats lost! If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Listen between two beers.
Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And you all know what that means.
Nope.
It's
nope.
enough. You don't?
What does it mean? No, not sure.
166 of these things. You don't know what it means?
No, not yet. What does it mean? Tell them, JPJ. Tell them what it means, while also telling me what it means so I know what we're doing here.
It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we already got Spencer in the chat. We got Ophelia in the chat. Boris is in the chat. Boris is in two places at once, man. Boris popped out back right before we came live to just be a good bud and say hello. He's still back there chilling.
Watch, if you go like
and
this.
He's in the chat. There he is. Yeah, see?
And then you go like this.
He's just being a good friend. He's gone. See?
You go like this.
Cool. Yeah.
And then you go like this.
It's gone.
Look at that. It's weird. It's weird.
Magic. It's like magic.
Look at that. It's like on.
Yeah.
They do it again.
Okay, that's gonna.
There he's. I like that. Hi, Boris. Oh, he's frozen. Is he frozen? No, he's not. He's just messing with us. Watch. Ah!
There we go. Anyway.
Love you, Boris. You're the best.
Thanks for popping in, buddy. Bye, Boris. Watch his show. Midnight Eastern. Watch Saturday nights when it comes.
We're off
back.
2 weeks. We're off for 2 weeks.
Correct.
All right.
When
24th.
Midnight Eastern for us on the East Coast.
I just wanted to give you guys kudos for a job well done in Cleveland. You guys killed it. You represented the brand very, very well. I hope you guys had a great time. And I got a little misty-eyed at the moment when you guys like.
Yeah.
You know, that's
we met.
We met in person we both found out that we were actually real. What happened?
It was a sensitive moment.
It was a great moment. But thank you for the kudos. Appreciate you.
Peace.
See you later. And speaking of Cleveland, we do have a guest.
Before we do that, Owen, for some reason, Owen, your favorite,
yes,
my son, like before I was coming down here, he said, "Are you doing a podcast?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can you?"
How does he not know by now?
Can you put these on? He asked me to put these on for the podcast. I don't know why. He didn't. He giggled when he asked me to put them on. So if you're upstairs with your brothers making fun of me, but I put them on for you, buddy. There you go. I can't do that the whole show.
I don't care how old he is. How does he not know that we don't have a show on Thursday night? Why is he asking me that?
He's busier than we are.
How is that possible?
He knows what's up. He knows what's up.
We had a big weekend. We were in Cleveland covering SummerSlam. We met for the first time. We saw some old friends. We met some new friends. It was a hell of a weekend.
Crazy.
And then it was good. It was good. It was
such
crazy.
A big, crazy weekend. We couldn't break it down just by ourselves.
Exactly. And so we have our friend.
That's right.
Our new friend that we met over the weekend, and we spent a lot of time with over the weekend.
A lot.
Jose Gonzalez. Jose on the air. We're going to bring him on now. Here he is.
What is up, everybody?
Round of applause.
Hello.
Round of applause. How are you doing? How are we doing today?
Living the dream. Somehow I survived Cleveland unscathed.
Yeah.
Which is
Unlike
a miracle.
The rest of us.
Our constituents, yes.
Yeah.
Me included. For those that don't know, I am fighting an ear infection, and I am playing a gamer for this. I have been on the couch all day with but I am here. We're going to make it work. I couldn't not hang out with Jose again.
I know. I was going to say, Ophelia says another beer. Yes.
Yep. Another beer.
The assignment. They knew the assignment.
Mhm.
The best beard on the screen. Look at that thing.
Literally.
Keeping that nice and maintained, Jose.
Well, very
Not
nice.
really. It's a little patchy.
All right. It's fair. It's fair.
Fine. Your beard sucks. Jesus. Try to compliment you. Take the... No.
You know, that is what it is.
It is. It is. So for anybody,
3-man beard, the real 3MB.
Yeah. I mean, obviously at the end of the show, we'll let you plug all your stuff and things like that. But why don't you tell a little bit, the people in the chat about yourself? And obviously this was your first time.
So it was my first SummerSlam. It
Okay.
wasn't my first media trip. So
Okay.
basically this year I've gotten to go to both WrestleMania and SummerSlam on behalf of pwmania.com. When I'm not doing that, I have my own series that I host called My Guest at This Time. So we're either interviewing people or we're doing some predictions for stuff. Been covering wrestling pretty much on and off since 2016, 2017. And somehow I stumbled into your hearts at Cleveland. So I'm very, very happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
As our boss says right here, loves your content. SummerSlam Jose immediately started following you after he knew you were coming on and said he loves it. So there you go. See?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Magic Mike in the chat saying, let them put you over, Jose. Yeah.
I am, Michael. I am.
Yeah. Yeah. So
he's humble. If anything, he's humble. That's what I learned this weekend.
It's true. So, before SummerSlam happened and that became the talk of the weekend, we got to meet each other because, the infamous media golf night that occurred.
I might have gotten a message before the show started saying that I had to put someone over for this. We'll see if I do.
Who is that? And if that person wants to come on,
there.
you could send them the link. I think I
I
know who you're talking
They are
to.
out of town, but you know them, you love them. They're about 4.5 feet on a good day.
Yes, I imagined it would be them.
Well, set the stage. Set the stage. So you and I actually, JPJ, we did the touristy thing, and we went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Then we ended up at this brewery for lunch called the Noble Beast or whatever. We ran into Emily May, and then she had called you and Ella and said that we were with you guys, and then we ended up getting invited to this infamous golf game. So it was just this weird. We had not met until this point.
No, we had not. And we just stumbled. We were like, we're going to go back to the Airbnb, charge up our stuff. We were thinking about going to the Cleveland Guardians game on Thursday night. And we were like, we don't know what we're going to do. We don't blah, blah, blah. And like Pluggo said, we walk into the brewery and Emily May Heller is just sitting there. And I met her in Toronto at Money in the Bank. So I had at least known who she was. We started. And then, it turned into Ella giving us a call. Hey, bunch of us are going golfing at Top Golf. You guys want to come? We said, yeah, let's go make a move. And that's when we ran into you, met you for the first time with Ella. And there was a whole group of us that were there. Stephanie Hypes was there, Sean Ross Sapp, a whole bunch. The person that I believe you're going to be putting over here, I'll leave that to you.
I won't ask how much you got paid for that putting you over either.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. Not a damn thing, but that's usually how it goes with this person. The incomparable Kimmy Sokol, Russell Kahn extraordinaire, one of the 5 people that still watch Ring of Honor on a weekly basis because they love it. God bless her. Yeah. No, it was a good crew. Sean Ross Sapp was there. Riccacino. God, we had such a good crew that I didn't think we were going to be able to manage to build on to the hype that we had already because we had a 90-minute wait.
My gosh! Can we please talk about?
We got to talk about everything.
We got there, so we get there, right? So for those that don't know, you just go to this Top Golf. There's hundreds of bays open, and they're like, it's going to be like an hour and a half wait. So half of us decide to go down to the bowling alley and see if we can get lanes there. And I think they left.
They had laser tag there too. They
left us 3 and Kimmy, right? It was us 3 and Kimmy that got left Or did you?
Because we were going to try to Uber, and then it said 20 minutes away. So we're just like, fuck. We have our names in here. We'll stick it out. You never know.
Yeah.
So they get to bowling and realize it's an even longer wait, and there's no AC at the bowling alley.
It's 110 degrees in there. And at that point, we're the ones that were stayed behind at Topgolf. We're all looking at each other and we're like, it's already been 40 to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
If they come back here, we only have another half. Like, what's the point? Like, let's just stay here. So they all come back. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say it's 40, 45 minutes without any drink or anything.
Yeah.
We had multiple people at the bar.
Yeah.
Just not getting served. We had a couple tables. We were going to go on the patio. The one time it rains that whole hour.
For 30 seconds.
So half the crew's like trying to scramble between going bowling and staying here for the reservation. Ella was about to order McDonald's on Uber Eats. I'm not making that up.
Yeah.
And then magically somehow we realized that, we just literally have to like not really yell at the bartender, but just be like, hey, we wanted to put something in, like tell them instead of them coming to us, which is
speaking of which, look who's here.
how shit works.
In the middle of me reviewing Ring of Honor, I was invited here because do you see this nonsense that Sean Rossap is talking about me online? Calling me out on Fightful? First of all, I beat him. Can we go to the footage of Sean saying this is the worst day of his life? It's because I beat him. Okay, he came in third place, I came in second, and his wife came in first. So I beat Sean Ross Sapp, and he just can't deal with the fact that me at 22 beat him at an athletic competition. I won my most athletic superlative in high school, I might add. It kind of just comes with the gimmick at this point. But hello.
Wow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what happened to hello?
Yeah.
My name is.
Yeah.
Jose's just sitting there. He's like, she just interrupted me. Just took. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's a lot of energy for hello, Kimmy.
Yes, but so we weren't even there yet. So.
I'm so sorry.
We're fine. No.
We have a great video. I should have of
yes.
JPJ bussing tables and cursing the whole time.
Brother, let me tell you. All right. So, okay. Set the scene. Jose was at one point before everything. So I think this is even before we originally.
Apparently, they don't have waiters and waitresses.
No, so the busing was after we said "fuck it, we'll wait."
Yes, but I'm talking. You guys were waiting at the bar for there was 25 minutes without anybody even addressing you, and then that's when some people left, and we were like, "We're gonna go check out the bowling alley." But then we get to the whole tables situation.
And that was after we had like 2 or 3 failed attempts at calling the bowling alley to see what they had open because it goes straight to an answering machine. So.
Yes. So
that was so rude, by the way.
Yeah, Spins Bowl in Cleveland, you ain't shit.
Yeah, it was unbelievable, really. So then,
we Topgolf in Cleveland.
We're all coming back.
Oh,
everyone's coming back. Yes, we're all coming back. Everyone's coming back. So we go back upstairs to where we are because we're told.
And mind you, for everyone that's listening to this audio side or visual side later on, we have not officially really met Kimmy and Jose at this point. This was like our first time actually meeting these people.
Yes.
It's this weird introduction of we're trying to be professional. We're all pissed off at all these places for not being available.
Yeah, and I have worked in retail and service my whole life. I am not one of those people that gets on those type of workers because I know what it's like to be in the shits. All right, like we all do if you've worked in that. I'm not getting on anybody individually, but so we show back up. We're like, all right, we walk up. There's 2 tables of 6 seats. We're like, good. We have 10 or 11 of us. This is going to be perfect. I'm looking around, and at that moment, I don't even try to flag anybody down. I'm like, I'm just going to grab a towel, and I'm going to do this, because if I don't do this, nobody's doing
it. It's not getting
Nobody's doing it. So I go over there. I the first bartender I see, I'm like, can I just have a rag? We're going to build whatever. And she looks at me like I annoyed her, and that bothered me. But I was like, whatever. So she gives me the towel. I'm bussing tables. Pluggo's like, I'm taking a video of JPJ bussing tables, and I'm pissed. And I'm like, why am I working right now? Why am I working?
I should have downloaded it for the show, but it'll come out on the vlog that we're having
I
made.
can't believe it. I'm like, I deserve a free beer. Never got it.
By the way, yeah, none of them
Never
said thank you to you at all. They just gave you a dirty look.
Unbelievable. So anyway, out of the greatness of my heart, I busted tables. Another thing that pissed me off, I brought the rag back, and I made sure I made eye contact with at least 2 people. And I said, I got the rag. And I put it on the counter. That rag stayed on that counter for 20 minutes. There were people ordering with that rag just sitting there. Disgusting.
I didn't even get a drink or any food at this bar at all. I didn't get anything.
Hab guy's right. It says JPJ's turning into ranting sports. I am.
But it was so funny though, because you were so angry, but we were just trying to kill time because we had to wait 90 minutes for the base to be ready. So what else were we supposed to do?
90 minutes for base to be ready with 40 other bays wide open.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just that. It's just the audacity to just not do your job. Like, what the hell? Like, you had maybe a couple people at the bar, but you're getting people in and out, allegedly. It takes no effort to wipe down a table. It takes no effort to say, hey, getting something to eat or drink. Like, I mean, if you're going to be in the service industry, fucking serve.
Yeah, you got them.
It's like that's their job. No one likes to do their job anymore.
Or just say, I'll be with you in a moment. Sorry for your wait. They didn't even. These Topgolf employees just stared at us. Didn't even. They were like, "Do something."
They looked like I was annoying them. I was asking for an object to do the job that they are supposed to, and they looked annoyed at me. But anyway, we finally get in there, and then once we started playing, so then we start getting attention to the point where we're ordering our food. We order our food, and then magically our bays are done. So then it's like you got to go tell them that what bays you're at. The food will come down. Emily didn't even end up getting her food.
No, she
for like an hour and a half.
She did later.
After.
Yeah, they took it off the bill, but like there was just mishaps everywhere.
All she ordered was hummus. Too.
We had one bay of like 10 minutes before another bay was 6.
Yes,
and get them in proximity of each other because they didn't think that. Oh, if we're gonna reserve 2 bays, why not have them side by side?
You know?
Oh, were we trying to get a Topgolf sponsorship? As I'm looking at the comments, were we trying to get one?
Yeah, that's the boss. That's the boss yelling right there, going, "Well, there goes that. We can't do that." No,
listen. I'm still waiting for you to write the review for me to email Topgolf. They emailed me to write a review.
Yeah,
and I'm still waiting for you to write it.
I will.
Okay, good.
And I will be partial. Listen,
as you should be.
Listen, I will say this. Once we got in there and we were actually partaking in the games, that was fun as hell.
Yeah.
That was a real good time. So like, again,
hey, Stephanie.
Again, as somebody who worked in service, could have just been a bad night. I'm not going to judge completely on one night, but I will say this: pretty fucking terrible night on that aspect of things. It is what it is, but I'm a man of the people. I helped out where I could. So
and we applaud you.
Thank you. The whole night wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for
I think you cleaned those tables.
If it wasn't for my heroic efforts, the whole night would have never came to fruition. You know?
I agree.
I don't know if it wasn't for Kimmy's horrific efforts at the
horrific.
That's what I keep hearing.
You were there.
I was set up for failure.
Listen, all I know is I dominated.
Pluggo won the first game. So we had 2 different bays though. So there's champions all over the place.
Yes,
yeah, we got a lot of champions.
We got a lot of so-called
Jose. Who was over on Jose's side?
Who was on your bay?
So for my bay, it was Ella J, it was Richard Chino, it was Stephanie Hypes and myself. The first game, Rick dominated us because he's actually a golfer.
Yes, he had golfed 18 holes earlier that morning.
Yeah, go freaking
10
figure.
times.
Yeah,
so he does great. Second game, Stephanie Hypes pulls it out of nowhere. She found her swing and she just masters it. The third game, it was kind of a false finish because it ends up like finishing on my turn the way it was supposed to. I had the most points, but for whatever reason, Stephanie still had 1 stroke left. So I was winning at that point. She had 1 swing left, and it was like maybe a difference of 15 points. So as long as she landed on something, she would have won. So me deciding to turn heel in the moment as she's mid swing, I say the words, "Oh, hi, Becky," because her and Becky Lynch are close.
Yeah.
So that fucks up her swing. I secure the win.
Oh no!
Hell yeah!
I'll do it again.
I love it.
That's what I like. So then on our bay, we had Kimmy, Emily, Sean Ross Sapp, Sean Ross Sapp's lovely wife, myself, and Pluggo. So we had 6. So ideally, we should have probably shifted one down to be 5 and 5. But either way, we had 6. The
what
first
an
game,
all-star team, by the way.
oh, it's great. It was a great group. The first game, Pluggo cleans up. All right, he wins the first game, wire to wire,
which no one's talking about.
I know because it was boring. Nobody likes
because Kimmy here.
So I would have won it. I had a horrible first round, but I caught up and finished second. But I would have beat him if I didn't have that horrible round. However, the tide turned to just Sean specifically rooting louder than everybody in the whole row of bays for Kimmy to finish last at everything.
Sean Ross Sapp loud. Never.
If you were at the bowling alley that we were going to go to, if we couldn't get to the top golf, you could have heard Sean rooting against Kimmy.
100%. 100%. It was one of those. And I'm going to be honest. So we ended up playing 2 games on our bay. The first game, Pluggo won. The second game, Sean's wife, Kara, won. But the second game we played was like an Angry Birds. So this was my first time ever at Topgolf. So the first game we played was the regular one where there's the different targets and you're just kind of hitting, trying to get scores. The Angry Birds is not like that. There's like a fake Angry Birds thing that you got to knock the birds off. You know the game. Everyone knows the game, stuff like that. And there's videos circulating on the interwebs of the last few minutes of this game. And I would argue that as great as the weekend was, there was nothing that topped this for excitement.
No.
It was pure pandemonium. It was pure pandemonium the last few minutes. Everybody on that row in the other bays were looking at us. They were like, what the hell is going on over here? These people are yelling. They're just screaming at each other.
And it's simply to keep Kimmy off of the top.
That's what it was.
That's all it was.
I will say,
yes,
Kimmy towards the end was missing every shot until I pulled out a camera. Then magically she started hitting the ball.
Yeah. Listen, my anxiety, okay, I have anxiety, and it thrives on pressure. Did you see the amount of pressure that was on me? Yeah. Sean was screaming at me the entire time for 90 minutes, okay? It was quite
and then it went
ridiculous.
Yeah,
and then it wasn't just Sean, then it was everybody. As if I was this, except for JPJ. JPJ and Pluggo were like the 2 good ones, but everyone else, it was like I was the center.
You hear that? You hear that, wrestling media? Like, we were the good ones.
Dang right. You're dang right.
I was the center of attention that I didn't ask to be, and Sean had this vendetta against me for what?
It seemed like a vendetta. It seemed like a vendetta.
Exactly.
What did you do to Sean? Let's get down to the real.
I didn't do anything to Sean. I think this is a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
I actually called out Joel because I want to go on In the Weeds, and I want me and Sean to go on In the Weeds to discuss this because this is a little ridiculous. Just a little ridiculous.
I think that could work. I mean, I'm not in charge over there at all. I think
I have to tweet this, and then
I think they'll make it happen. I think if they can swing it, they'll make it happen.
All right, here's the official call out. In the Weeds, Joel and Jeremy, get Kimmy and SRS on. Let's make this happen.
So then that last game happens, and the way that the order went, it was me, then Sean, then Kara. And so
I was winning.
And it's timed. So we only had like 4 minutes or something left for the 3 of us. And we see that, and Sean is like, let's go. Because Kimmy was in the lead at this moment. And it's like one of us 3 need to do something to knock her out of here because she can't win. That was the whole thing. And so I'm hitting it. Sean's yelling, Joe, hurry, Joe. He's screaming at. I'm like, all right, I'm going. Then he goes, and then the video's out there. He panics under pressure.
Mm-hmm. He had to swing.
He usually doesn't do that. The first one was a good one, but then the last couple, it didn't work for SRS.
Maybe his anxiety too.
Yeah, as a Bills fan, I can honestly say that is the new wide right.
Yeah. Oh wow, wow. So that happens. And then his wife gets up there, and the first swing, she just knocks the whole thing off and just dominates and takes the victory. And Sean took that as a victory for everybody.
Victory by marriage.
At one point, Sean had said that like her car payment wasn't going to get paid as a joke if she didn't beat me.
Yeah,
so
that's what he said.
There was a car payment on the line here.
He said, that's it. That's it. We're done if you don't do this. We're done. Mm-hmm. What a time.
Until he had to have a camera person the next day. Then
exactly.
And he was like, "Oh man, I actually have. I need her."
we got Dustin saying every time you're all together for media, you need to do a new competition of sorts: mini golf, go kart, bowling.
Oh, I would lose in go kart.
Would you? I weigh the cart down.
I don't even know if I could get into the cart. I'd be all,
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of.
No,
That was
I
been
want
like
to
an
do
arcade or
laser
something,
tag.
Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh man, I don't know if my
Dance Dance Revolution,
I would give it a run.
Jose.
Oh no,
20
I
years
would
ago, I would be all right. Now, one wrong turn, it's over. It's over for me. I'm down and I'm not getting up. But mini golf, bowling, I'll be all in on that. I mean, I'd do Top Golf again. That was exhilarating.
I would do Top Golf again.
That was exhilarating.
Berlin
Again,
for City.
yes. I
Yeah,
would like to try a
not the one
Top
in
Golf
Cleveland.
experience, not in Cleveland. I
Like
had a it was a lukewarm. Here's the thing.
You're being very nice. You're saying
they were
lukewarm.
really look at the highs were really high, guys. The highs were really high, but
we
the
didn't even get to
lows were
SmackDown yet.
fucking treacherous. They were treacherously low. It was bad.
Well,
it
I
was
will
bad.
say, I'll be serious. I'll break kayfabe here for
Okay.
like 2 seconds here. I'll
Yeah,
be serious. Going into Cleveland, I was mentally kind of down. And then Cleveland and like Top Golf happened, and I tweeted this. I hadn't laughed that hard in so long. My ribs were hurting for days.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
So I
was a really
really
good time.
needed that. So I thank everybody that participated in helping me become in a better mood and
Yeah.
helping my depression up. Y'all rock.
You
But
know?
yeah, Sean Ross Sapp, I don't know what I did to you. I hate you, I guess.
Don't I guess it? Put it on.
Yeah, you
We
can't.
need
You
to
gotta
make it a
be.
quote
Come on.
thing, but
You
actual, like,
cut that
podcasting.
promo right here.
I gotta cut the promo again, the one that I entered.
No, she cut a good one when she came on. She cut a good one when she came on.
I do have an
Um,
awesome video of your like acceptance speech for the loss, even though it was premature. You're like, it's not even over yet. I'm like, oh, I think it's over, Kimmy. And you're like, no, there's still a chance, but okay.
There's a video
No.
of that, and it hasn't made Twitter yet.
Not yet.
What are we
Not
waiting
yet.
for?
I don't know. Saving it.
I don't know what plug I was waiting for, to be honest with you.
Pluggo!
I
I
got
need
you.
this yesterday.
I got you. I got you
It'll go on
tonight
there.
or tomorrow.
you.
I've been sick. Didn't you hear at the top? I've been fighting an ear infection.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
I was.
if you
reviewing
went to-
Ring of Honor.
If you went to Cleveland and you went to SummerSlam, there's a good chance that you're gonna fall ill. It's like the final destination of WWE
There
show.
it was a whole
Tommy?
batch. There was a whole batch of us who were together.
It's just down.
The
We're
one
just out.
the three of us are unscathed, but some others they were not. They were
Does
not.
that mean we're all gonna get ear infections now? How does this
I
work?
hope not.
I
I
hope
was
not.
next to Ella and Pluggo in the box the whole time. I should have been the person to catch it, if anything.
True.
And I
Yeah,
felt
we
True.
were real cozy at SmackDown.
Yeah, like we're gonna.
Oh,
get
I
to
saw
that.
those seats.
We're-
Those seats were pretty,
All
pretty
right.
high up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I want to hear
yeah.
this. I wasn't here
Okay.
for this, but I want to hear all about it.
So,
So we decide on Friday after
so yeah.
after
Friday
the
we do
media
we do the
scrum,
junket.
we
which
do
we- you know.
Damien. We got to go to Damien live, and then we end up heading back to the Airbnb, and we're trying to decide what to do. We didn't get approval for SmackDown like some of those other
Yeah.
people, the bigger wigs. You know who you are. But no, we love all of them. So we decide we're gonna go anyway, and let's find some cheap tickets. And I've got to tell you, the StubHub picture looked much better than when we got there. These seats were almost to the roof. And the worst part was they were seats, and there were seats in front of us with no kind of like backing. Floor, top of the seat in front of you. So if you stumble, you're eating like
You're
8
dead.
rows of seats.
You're dead, is what it is. And like no, this is even before we even get into the building. I'm having road rage in the passenger seat.
Oh, yeah, you
dream
are.
about with the people that are driving the way they were driving.
By the way, I will never drive
What are you
JPJ
doing?
anywhere ever again.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
So
if you have
anyway.
a driver from Boston and from Buffalo, we can point out some
I
shitty-ass
was
drivers.
losing
Yeah,
my
no.
mind. I was like,
I'm
Pluggo,
just-
you got to do this. This guy's a clown. You got to
No,
go over
nope.
here. This guy's a clown. And Pluggo's like, no.
Just, yeah, we'll
So
get
that
there.
happens. We end up parking in this garage where I'm surprised we didn't get diseased from having to walk down the stairs to get to.
They were
Like, it
they were
was-
moist.
They
Those-
were damp.
Those
damp.
stairs look like the inside of my ear right now.
Yeah, if I could
What?
describe those stairs
They
in
were
one
gross.
soundbite, it would be
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
There we go.
I'm dead.
There we go.
yeah.
Here we go. So that happens before we even get there. Then we end up at our seats. And again, listen, there are plenty of people that sit up there that like sitting up there. That's fine. I'm not judging where the seats were, what the prices of the seats were. I'm talking about this specific arena.
Yeah,
that we
it's
were in.
Scary.
There
Rocket
was
Mortgage
no
Fieldhouse, listen
protection.
closely.
There was no protection. If somebody stumbles, they are dead. I'm not joking. They are dead.
It's the truth.
Dead. And that's scary. That should not be the case. We got approved for Sammy and Friends afterwards.
Great show.
So it was very good. It was fun.
Which we didn't need to. Which turns out, by the way, we didn't need to leave early to make Sammy and Friends
early
because they started it so goddamn late.
Yes, we left in between the women's tag title match and the men's tag title match because we were like, oh, we got to get there. They're gonna let people. No. We could have showed up an hour after SmackDown ended, and we would have been fine. But anyway,
traffic-wise, was it better though to leave when you did?
Probably, yeah. There was
when
no
we
traffic
left, yeah, for sure. There was no traffic. We made it just fine.
Yeah. So we leave, and we're getting ready to leave, and Ella is nervous, right? And I understand.
It's high up there.
Yeah, so she goes, JPJ, can you go? I was sitting, Ella was first, and then it was me, Pluggo, and then Jose was on the other.
Yeah, Jose and I were just serenading each other with theme songs, and he was protecting me from pyro. It was wonderful.
So they had the
pyro
thing going. I was singing "Levitating" by Dua Lipa. I went to go talk to Ella, and I hit my head on the knee behind me. Almost got a concussion in the Casey Michael section.
What?
Yeah, it was real. It was real. It was a time. It was a time. So Ella goes, JPJ, can you go in front of me? And I go, yeah, absolutely. I got you. So I go in front of her. She takes one step, stumbles, almost takes us both down.
Kicks his ankle.
Like just takes my ankle out. I'm like, shit. I had to grab some guy's thigh. Anyway.
And I'm like holding her hand.
I grabbed for dear life some guy's like upper kneecap. I was like, nope. Sorry, dude. It's either this or I die. So that's what's happening. Yeah. And then you have the other people in the row like, man, it's dangerous up here. I'm like, yeah, no shit. No shit.
That's why we're getting the fuck out.
That's why we're leaving, man. This is scary. So
we're surprised we made it this long.
Really? So then we leave, and then everything else, the night went off without.
And then we leave Sammy and Friends. And I type in the wrong address.
Oh, this was the best phone call I got all weekend from Ella.
Ella calls Kimmy after we realized that why are we on the highway? Because Ella had given me. She had given me two addresses the entire time we were there. I clicked the first one, not thinking, and then Kimmy is cursing me out over the phone.
I did not curse you out over the phone.
That's not what I heard. I heard it was something akin to the "This is for Rachel" voicemail. You guys can go on YouTube and see what I mean.
Yeah, it was bad.
Quite explicit.
Why am I getting targeted here? Like, what did I do?
Not targeted, just calling it how I heard it.
I didn't want. I wanted to meet up with you guys because I got invited to Sammy and Friends at the last possible second. I was able to get a comp by a talent backstage. Thank you to my boss for hooking that up. And I was like, oh my god, my friends are here. But I had to like put my phone away so I couldn't text my friends where they were. So I call Ella and I'm like, where are you? Oh, so we made it back to Topgolf because I gave Pluggo the wrong address. And I'm like, well, he's so stupid. How did this happen?
You moron.
No. And I will say this at Sammy and Friends, Pluggo drove, so he was the DD. So Ella and I, we had a couple bevies. We were feeling good.
Ella doesn't drive for shit anyway.
Well, yeah.
Neither do I. That's why me and Ella are
We
friends.
each had a couple bevies. We were feeling good. They had a delicious, vodka strawberry drink. It was wonderful.
Meanwhile, I'm going on a bird scooter joyride at midnight because I didn't get into Sammy and Friends.
Oh,
so we're feeling pretty good. All of a sudden, we're driving. We passed the bowling alley.
Yeah,
and
we know. Then it clicked.
I just go, wait a minute.
Where are you going?
That doesn't seem right. And then we pull in, and it's like, and I just look at it, I go, we're at fucking Topgolf, aren't we? And Ella just starts laughing, and Pluggo's like, we're fine. And he just starts turning around, and I'm like, I cannot believe we are back at Topgolf.
I can.
It was a sign. We had such a good time. You guys want to go back at 1 a.m.
That is what I said. True. I said, why not wrap?
Yeah, they probably would have had a bay ready on time at 1 a.m.
Maybe. Who knows? I like the sound machine. I need to get me one of these.
Yeah.
It's fancy. Every time I do a podcast with Jose, I'm like, oh my god, I have to watch what I say because there's going to be sound effects after every.
I kind of just want Jose to be a part of this podcast from now on, just to do soundboard.
Just like be the.
Just want to use you for your soundboard. But yeah, I thought Topgolf was so much fun.
It was a blast.
That we had to just do it again. JPJ, he's underselling the fact that he had to pee the whole time, and he does not like the lady telling you which way to drive.
Oh.
So I have to have sound. I have to have her going, turn right 2 miles. And I have to visually be able to. And he's like, I want to listen to the music. The music. And I'm like,
I don't need a woman's voice coming over the tunes that I'm trying to every 30 seconds. See,
and I'm like, well, you could drive the car. And Ella is in the back just losing her mind.
She can't believe it.
What is going on?
She can't believe it. She's like, what? Yeah, like before SmackDown 2 was getting, and I'm just like, yeah. But yeah, that was that. And then Saturday was SummerSlam Day.
Well,
although Pluggo and I got to be a part of that community event, which was cool.
Even, we got invited to the community event at the last minute. We found out after Sammy and friends, and Ella's like, hey, will you pick Emily and I up? We'll all go. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Come up 8 a.m. Ella texts me. She's feeling under the weather, so she stays back. Oh, we still pick up Emily up. Sure. Couldn't find my car keys. It was like a sign from the heavens that I shouldn't drive. So I couldn't find my car keys. Turns out they were underneath my nightstand of my Airbnb. But it worked out because you could not park anywhere in that city at 8 a.m. and beyond. It was rough. Our Airbnb, our Uber driver couldn't even get us close to the stadium for the community event. We had to walk like a mile and a half to get there. Not that.
I'm not complaining about the walk.
Trust me. We needed it, but it was the point that he couldn't.
I was
he couldn't get there, and he's an expert driver. Could you imagine what I would have done?
It's true. Yeah. And so and the community event was great. We were packing mac and cheese. For the community, I think we packed over like 200,000 bags of macaroni and cheese.
Oh my God, that's so cool!
Yeah, we almost raised close to $100,000 for the V Foundation, which is cancer research, which is close to me. Both my parents had it, so like it was cool to help out the community and do something good. And then Chelsea Green was a part of it, Big E was a part of it, Bailey was there. Bailey was also at the junket, which we'll talk about. Obviously, our experiences there too. And then Omos was there. I tried to recreate the Andre the Giant picture with the little kid looking up at him with Omos. It came out pretty good. I thought I did a side by side, but I tried to recreate that because Omos is a giant fella. Drew McIntyre was there, and then
who didn't pack anything.
No,
he
didn't.
Talked.
He was meeting everybody.
True heel.
I got
True heel. He was like, I'm just here.
Was that before or after he signed the shirt?
The FCM Punk,
funny.
the jacket or whatever, the shirt he signed that said FCM Punk. Well, oddly enough, so Drew was there. I go up to shake his hand and I'm like, hey, you got a quick minute? He's like, yeah. So Pluggo has my phone out and, I ask him about the event and I go, hey, any last words for CM Punk tonight? And he looks over and there was a few kids there and you see him look and he goes, I don't want these kids to hear. And he just leans into my phone and he goes, you fucked. So I got that moment with Drew McIntyre. That was pretty cool. And then special guest Cody Rhodes showed up. He was like the surprise special guest, and I got to snap a quick little selfie with him. But that was a really good event. It felt, it always feels good when you can help out people. So that was, considering that was like really not on the list of things that we were trying to get access to. And I think that they were like, hey, these guys have been a good part of the weekend. Like, let's throw something else at them. Like, if you guys want to go, you can go. It was really cool, man. And I did not know. Nice. Yeah, and like it felt good to do and stuff and like things like that, and it was a very positive.
I think it was my favorite, the thing of the weekend outside of beating Timmy at Top Golf.
Yeah,
what?
Like, it was.
We can edit that out, Timmy.
And I didn't know
you
we would
said
get
Timmy, and you didn't even say Kimmy, so you better edit it out because you even called me by the right name.
And either way, it's fine because I could talk about the things I didn't do because I didn't get into anything besides the junket and SummerSlam.
That was, I will say that I obviously
more than I got into.
Obviously, super thankful for all the stuff we got to do, but it was kind of like it did feel like a lot of people were missing out on a lot of these things. Like, I don't know how they decide because this is like the first or second time they've really tried to make it a whole weekend event where they have all these other things going, and I wonder if they're still trying to figure out how to like manage that for the media members as well. Not that I'm complaining. I had a great time with what we got, but it did feel like, oh, we're giving this person this, so we'll give this person that, this person this, and it just kind of. But they are doing more events now, which is nice.
Yeah, and then and I didn't know that like we would have as much access to the superstars that were there on that Saturday. Like at one point, we're all on table 11. We were already breaking records. Emily was the packer. I was sealing it. Pluggo was weighing it.
Sticking and moving.
Crushing it. We were just crushing it all the way around. We were breaking records.
And if you guys are just tuning in, they're talking about packing mac and cheese, not illicit substances.
Yes.
No.
Oh my God.
And if you're just tuning in and you saw that Spencer said he hoped I got cursed out, it's because I also had Chelsea Green shoot very hard on Spencer Love and say that he needs to call her. And then also I had SRS, he owes him $50,000.
It's true. That did happen. So Kimmy, you're not the only one SRS is out to get.
Well, I texted him actually, and I told him that I was on the show and I could have promo on him. And then he said that this is targeted harassment.
Feel free to send him the link. Tell him to come on. Send him the link.
For the record, I did not invite Kimmy. I just said, hey, you caught me right as I'm about to go on the air.
Yeah.
You're just probably just like, let me in.
Well, welcome to Between Two Beards, where everything all the time never goes the way it's supposed to.
Listen, I'm reviewing Ring of Honor while on this podcast. I call that a commitment to the game.
And which one's the more enjoyable experience? Kimmy?
Obviously, talking to all three of you.
I would hope. I would hope.
I mean, I would hope, but if you said otherwise,
I wouldn't judge you if you said Ring of Honor, but
I would judge myself.
How is Ring of Honor right now? Is it?
So we have our main event. It's Queen Amanat and Red Velvet versus Billy Starks and Athena.
Okay,
Billy Starks actually got sent down back to Minion in training. She got.
I heard that.
Yeah, so she got demoted because Red Velvet beat her at Death Before Dishonor. How rude.
Yeah. Well, Athena don't put up with that, so.
I know. I have a Did you know I have a Minion number? I'm Minion 204.
Are you?
Yes.
That used to be my bus number when I was a child. Bus 204. That was my bus.
The stars were aligning.
You know. So.
I don't have a Minion number, but if I did, I'd feel like it'd be in the low 200s.
You have to ask Athena for one.
That ask her?
That's true.
Yeah, I think I'm in like under 50,000 at this point.
50,000?
Everybody wants to be a Minion, and they should.
Yeah, 100%.
Athena absolutely
forever Ring of Honor champ.
I love her. I was able to work with her right before she went to AEW, so I've known her for a while. She's just the best human. I'm very close with her agent. Her agent and I talked about her on Saturday because I was like, can you have Athena stop yelling at me? And he goes, well, stop asking her stupid questions. And I was like, okay.
People don't know Kimmy is a bigwig. She's got all the agents' numbers. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, she had a picture with Stephanie McMahon.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how many names she dropped this weekend that we all had to pick up.
Wait, I'll drop a couple right here. This weekend at WrestleCon, she had the back-to-back Hall of Famers on Friday. For one day only, she had the 7-time women's champion WWE Hall of Famer Trish Stratus.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday, in a private room, a TNA and WWE Hall of Famer and Sting.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But he
Sting
said
was ragging on her map.
Yeah, so I had to count an 1,000-piece private signing. Do you know how many pieces 1,000 pieces is? Like 1,000.
1,000.
I
think it's 1,000.
But
in Kimmy math, it's 1,200.
Yeah, so I didn't
normally
realize
with 1,000 pieces, you have a 50% chance.
So I'm counting 1,000 pieces, like physically counting. I had a clicker and all. I was so professional because Sting told me to count. Halfway through this, I'm also going to say that I actually threw up in the middle of this because I
threw up.
I did.
Wow, playing hurt.
Because I think during conventions that I'm like a superhero and I don't need to eat and drink water. I am not a superhero. Those things are very important for you to do in life. So hopefully I don't do that this weekend. But yeah, so I left for a period of time and then I felt better. I came back and Sting's like, what number are we at? And I'm like, oh, we're at like 715. He's like, okay. 10 minutes later, what number are you at? 765. There's no way we're at 765. I go, yeah, you took a little longer to sign those pieces. He's like, no, you're lying. You're not doing the math right. Kimmy's can't count. And I'm like, Sting, you're a liar. I am doing this count perfectly fine. Now he's calling me a double agent. We're going back and forth. Saturday during the meet and greet,
almost brought him out of retirement right then and there.
Literally. Like, let's go, Steve. Now, during the signing, he's telling these fans that I'm not good at math. I'm
Wow.
like, this is
Throwing
going...
you under the bus.
He must have been
Literally.
paying attention to the Top Golf fiasco.
I was
He
gonna say, did
literally...
he bury you to Queen of the Ring and Wheezy Blonde?
No, they had my side. Wheezy said I'm a celebrity, so I'm just gonna go with that as my gimmick. But then Stink said that I'm good at taking pictures. That's
all
the
right.
only thing I'm good at. So I'm
Just
gonna...
not the shutter count.
Yeah, I just can't count, but I could take pictures. So if you need pictures, I got you.
Yeah. Incredible.
I'm gonna
Incredible
clip
stuff.
out the. Yeah, I don't know what 1,000 pieces is.
Do you know how many items there are in 1,000?
1,000?
Yeah,
1,000.
1,000 of those.
So
There's
yeah, you're just talking trash to Sting. Just wild stuff.
Yeah, man.
I'm not
But then
messing with Kimmy.
Listen,
Tony
Trish.
Khan didn't even talk to Sting like that, I'm sure.
No.
Oh my God, wait! I
No.
didn't include the best part of this story where I fought the people at the hotel.
You fought?
You fought?
Verbally
Verbally?
fought.
Verbally.
Fought
Yeah,
the
Kimmy
people.
was also a different name that started with K that day.
Oh no. Go
This
on.
So I pick up Sting from the airport. Now Sting doesn't like walking through the lobby. He doesn't want to get mobbed by fans. I understand that. I wouldn't want that either. So I go, okay, Sting, here's the plan. We're gonna pull up to this side entrance. I'm gonna check you in. I'm gonna give you your room key, and I'll walk you to your room. Perfect. We pull up to the side entrance. Hotel staff is waiting for us. They're like, you can't park here. And I'm like, oh, it'll only be for 5 minutes. Like, it's just really quick. Like, the headline talent for the convention this weekend's in the car. He doesn't want to walk through the lobby. I don't care. I don't watch wrestling. And I'm like, well,
Whoa.
Some tough
like,
guy trying to assert his dominance because he's sad. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm like, well, it's not my fault that the only reason this hotel's having any business this weekend is because of the person in that car. We're parking here. I'm gonna go check him in, and I'll be back. And they're like, "Well, I'm sorry." I'm like, "No, the damage is done. It's done."
He's like, please don't tell my boss. I need this job. I'm like, then you shouldn't have been talking shit.
You shouldn't have been talking shit to Sting.
Back
up. So I check in Sting. I go back. I give him the hotel key. He looks at me. He laughs. He goes, "You tell him, Kimmy. You never let anyone talk to you that way. I'm proud of you." And I was like, "Thank you, sir."
Is he in full makeup at this point?
This was before him yelling at you about math.
Yeah, this is before he yelled at me about the math. He was not in makeup.
No.
His hair was gray. I didn't even recognize him when I had to go into the airport to get him. I was like,
"Don't spit no secrets on the air like that." But you said his hair was as white as mine.
Yeah.
And then the next day you saw him, it was no longer.
No, it was brown.
Unbelievable.
And I was like,
that's just the magic of Sting. He didn't do anything to it. That's just the magic of Sting. He knew.
Once you
He was
put the
"I gotta get
paint on
character."
everything.
He put the paint on and it just came with.
About as
That's
natural as my
why
hair.
he's an icon. He's a 2-time Hall of Famer.
He is.
But yeah, these guys had a way cooler weekend than me. Like they were in media.
Well,
they
I did want to
got
ask Jose because obviously we got to do the media junket on Friday, and I wanted to ask Jose about his experience at the media junket. You got to interview Rhea Ripley, which that was really the only one that Pluggo and I missed out on because of the line. So just talk about your experience in general. Who else you got to interview?
But she waved and smiled at me,
Yeah,
so
she
I'm
did.
good.
She waved and smiled at us
I'm
when
good.
we were like,
I'm
"Please
good.
acknowledge us, please."
Yeah.
But we didn't get to interview Rhea. But,
That's what I would have done during the interview. I'd have been like, "Hi."
Yeah, no, I got very lucky that I got good queue position. So the way that the media junket was laid out, so there were like 4 stations where superstars were going to be stationary, and then different members of the media were going to line up kind of like a theme park and then just rotate in and out. So I got very lucky with my placement. She was the first interview I did for WWE ever. So that's a cool one.
Wow, that's a good one.
Yeah, so Rhea's super cool. I ended up being like one of the last few people that got to go like 5-ish minutes with her. I ended up being closer to 6. So we're talking. She tells me she didn't know that she was getting scanned for Call of Duty when they scanned her in, which is crazy to think because people are saying it looks so much better than her 2K model, which I completely agree. So yeah, no, got to talk shop with her about that, about Elimination Chamber in Australia, Motionless in White, about getting her thoughts about her first match back and like if Dominic's going to make his presence known, but she was sure that now that they can formulate a game plan that things would work out favorably. Ultimately, they did not.
No.
Yeah. No, they didn't. Which we're not even. Yeah, we'll get there too.
Yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, no, Rhea Ripley, awesome person to talk to. Baron Corbin was the next person I got to interview, who I think was probably one of the easiest interviews I've ever done in my life.
He was incredible. He was
best.
incredible.
Oh,
we have
my
a Baron
God.
Corbin story, but he was
Ooh,
incredible.
Super nice guy, like just shooting the shit about anything and everything, gave everybody so much time. Like you could tell, like not initially a lot of people were lined up for Baron, but like he made sure like he made the experience everything for everybody else. Like it was just a very cool guy. And then rounded out with DIY when they were still the tag champions before SmackDown that night. Got to talk about Tommaso Ciampa's hatred for Randy Orton with the RKO Out of Nowhere series. Got to talk with Johnny about his vlog and like how it actually like helped him capture a memory that he didn't know he was going to have with his dad's restaurant. The last visit he got to make, he was able to capture in the vlog, and it was kind of a cool thing there. And just kind of pick their brains about the NXT and TNA stuff going on as guys that made it into the company before they were even signed to the company. So kind of a cool full circle moment there. But yeah, Media Junket was awesome. It was a highlight of the weekend. I got to see so many fun people that we all know and love. I got to see obviously Emily May because she was with us. Sean was there. We got to see Chris Van Vliet, Denise Salcedo, DS from Ring the Bell, Stephanie, just so many awesome people all together in one space. And everybody was actually really cool that I've interacted with too. So
Yeah.
We try to be.
Yeah, I think that's the thing too. Like, so it was obviously a lot lesser amount of people when I got the privilege of doing Money in the Bank in Toronto last month. But with being in Toronto and with being in Cleveland, like that's the thing that stuck out to me a lot too, was like how supportive everybody is with each other. You know what I mean? Like we all want to get our interviews, we all want to get ours and stuff like that. But it's like there's no. There's just everyone's kind of rooting for each other, and I think at the end, I think we all remember that, like, hey, we're all just wrestling fans that are like, this is dope as hell that we get to do this. So, like, hey, let's all. The more we all succeed, like, the more we succeed as a whole, the more like we're just going to be able to do this more, and it's just going to grow and grow and grow. So that's been the stuff that stuck out to me. It's just how supportive. Like, this was the first time I met both of you. This is the first time I met Stephanie Heitz.
First time you met me.
But like I know, you know what I mean. I'm talking first time I've ever met ever. I know, you know what I mean.
Yeah, people were focusing each other's cameras, loading out mics if they needed to. They were taking candid photos.
That was super cool for me because I brought all the stuff and like I'm setting it up and we're getting ready, and it was just really cool. Like Najee and them in the back would just be like, "Hey man, no, I'll get you going. Don't worry," because I'm trying to like do both and do my first time and. Everybody's like, "No, we got you. You look great. They just go." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Because I not to sound like negative, but I was like, "Man, there's sharks in this room." They'd just be like, "I ain't helping this little guy." But no, everybody from the top to the bottom was like, very complimentary.
Yeah, like you got Bill Apter in that room walking around like a living legend, and Bill Apter walking around that room, and anybody that asks him for advice, anybody that wants a picture, anybody that just has a question that just wants to listen. He gives you the time of day. Oh, what's your name? All right, he'll crack a joke on you.
I'd also like to point out
wild, man.
To our fan base specifically, when that Bill Apter SRS video at the hotel dropped,
we were there.
That was crazy.
We were there, but we were catching strays from our fan base that we didn't step in and help Sean. Now, listen, we love Sean. Sean is a friend of ours, but we're not. Bill Apter wants what Bill Apter wants. If he wants to smoke, I'm not getting
our business.
Not our business. You know what I'm saying?
And it was live from the WrestleCon hotel. Everyone crashed our event, and I was like, "What is happening?"
Considering I was at the event for 2 days too, got to exchange pleasantries with so many great people. We got to see Ella J chastise Mickie James and Lisa Marie Barron like only she can. Introducing herself to Mickie James again as La Luchadora, huge fan. The same day that Chapel Roan does the Luchadora stuff.
Oh, incredible! Can we talk about that for a second?
Actually, ironic, but
how incredible was that Chapel Roan in that? How incredible was that?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I saw Bill at SummerSlam and I got a picture with him. I said, now that the dust has settled and you're not in fighting mode.
Let's just chill. So our quick Baron Corbin story. Baron Corbin, so we ended up, kind of how you ended up in the line with Rhea, we ended up in the far left.
With Bailey. We weren't sure who was who yet till we saw the signs, but at that point it's too late to move.
So that was our line. Yeah, so we were there and we're like, all right, we're committed to this. So we interview Bailey, and then we're kind of strategizing. Okay, where do we go next? And like you said, Baron Corbin's line, like it wasn't long most of the time, but like if you went to interview him, he was above and beyond, like he was unbelievable. So I was like, all right, why don't we go get Corbin? That might be quicker to get him, and then we'll kind of see where we're at and go from there. So then we get to Baron Corbin. He gives us like 3.5, 4 minute interview. It's great. He's like touching our beards. He's in between two beards and he's like fondling our beards. And he's just really great, talking about like, barbecue and football and just really great. We finish and he's like, dude, that ruled, like beards. I gotta, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We go back. No audio. No audio.
We're in line for I think Braun. We realized because we did get Gunther because for some reason on our way over the seats opened up for Gunther. It was just us, and we're like, let's do that. And then of course we're in the line for the next one, and I'm checking it back, and I go, fuck, it didn't it didn't register. What happened? So now JPJ's a little hot. He's like, check them all, check them all. They all but that one worked. And
I'm taking a walk around the front room of the lobby. I'm just taking a walk with some water. Like, God dang.
I said, well,
what happened?
Here's what we can do. We stay in line. We can ask Baron real quick because he had no line. I know he's trying to get him out of there. Yeah. And I walk up to him and I said, hey, man, listen, I know they're trying to get you out of here. Can we just get 2 minutes? It was such a good interview. The audio cut. And he goes, Chuck, give these guys 3 more minutes.
And he gave us 6.
And he gave us 6.
And he did the beard thing again, but he gave us 6.
And then he followed us on Twitter.
Yeah, and then like Pluggo was like, "Hey, this is totally the first time I'm asking you this question." And he would ask him, and he goes, and Baron Corbin was like, "Totally the first time I'm answering this. I've never heard this question before." And he would just go in like he was just excellent. And then he gave us like the follow on Twitter. We're all getting ready to leave, and he's outside like walking back to the hotel with the sandwich. And he's like, where you guys going? And we're like, oh, we got to go do the documentary. He's like, all right. He goes, I'll be at the bar if you guys beards and beers, man. And at that moment, I'm like, Pluggo, we ditching this? We just going to go drink beers with Baron Corbin? Like, what are we doing?
I would.
I know. But we had obligations. I don't on a not show. When they give.
It was our first real go.
Access, you shouldn't like not show.
Yeah. Like we just don't show up to the things they give us.
They're like, what the hell, guys?
These beards guys.
Yeah.
Snubbing our events to go get drunk.
So then
that would have been fun though to drive you and Baron Corbin around the city.
I mean, you say this hours before you would have driven me around the city.
Yeah, had to get some practice in.
Everything works out for a reason.
Exactly. So then Saturday comes. Well, I think at Friday we made a pit stop on Friday at WrestleCon. No, Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Yeah, before SummerSlam. Saturday.
We ended up after the community event.
Yes,
yeah,
we
then
met
we were
up
at
with
the
Ella.
Superstore before that.
Yes.
And then we went to where the Superstore was at, and that line was crazy.
Jeremy Lambert was with Jose, Ella, and it was us. We went out. We saw Kimmy. She was working.
Yeah, Jeremy Lambert was there
working
too.
Very hard.
Yes. And then we went down into the lobby. And
you were downstairs. I'll put you on blast. You were down in the lobby going, if I don't go up there, I don't have to put anything away.
God, that lobby had damn near everybody.
You're not supposed to say this on air.
So we go upstairs real quick.
I'm kidding. She didn't say that. She's a consummate professional.
Yeah,
she actually, you did ditch us and leave pretty quick after that, so you weren't actually like.
Yeah. I left.
You didn't actually follow through with it.
I left. I did put some stuff away.
I'm glad.
And then I was told I had to come down to the lobby at 6:23 because I was leaving to go to Summerslam to go to my floor seats.
Well, so we're going to talk about. Hold on, stop bragging. First of all, stop bragging.
I don't know what order we're going in here.
Stop bragging. Well, no, yes. So
this is the first time in 166 episodes JPJ's trying to keep it on track.
We went to we went to WrestleCon. We saw you upstairs. Everyone was kind of packing up. Then we go down to the lobby, like Jose is about to name off. The lobby is like a who's who. Yeah, everybody's in the lobby.
So Sean's in the lobby. Muscleman Malcolm's in the lobby. Santi Zap's there. Yeah. Queen of the Ring. Zilla Fatu was there.
Oh, Zilla Fatu was there. He had chest bumped me so hard I thought I died.
Yeah, I got Mr. had Tash that was there. Wheezy Blonde was there. Ella and I were there.
Chris Van Vliet showed up at one point. Ella. And then
Sir Wilkins was there.
Yeah. And it was just like Bill Apter showed up and beat the crap out of Sean Ross Sapp. That's where that happened. It was just like, what's going on?
And for me, Wheezy was there, and Wheezy's from my hometown, and that's the first time we met was in Cleveland.
There you go.
It was just a wild sea at that hotel lobby.
Yeah. So we're there hanging out for a little bit, and then it's like, all right, everyone's going home. We're charging up. We're getting into our SummerSlam gear. We're getting ready to go. So
not
then,
Kimmy.
No. Kimmy had the front row. She had she's chopping it up with Stephanie McMahon over here, living the high life,
hanging out with Sting.
So we all check in. We kind of show up around the same time. We run into each other.
Which the walk to the stadium was brutal.
Oh, Kimmy,
Kimmy,
be glad that you had the seats you had.
Yes.
Oh, no. And then the entrance for media is on the complete opposite side of the stadium from where walking traffic was.
Oh no.
And then God bless whoever she's done multiple stuff with WWE. I don't know her name, but like God bless whoever like led us from the
Laura.
entrance.
I think it was Laura.
Yeah, I think it was Laura. Through the concourse of
let me tell you
Cleveland Brown Stadium to the elevators to get to the box.
Let me tell you. So they make like Jose says, they make us walk all the way around the back of the building to go to the media entrance, and then they walk us all the way back through to where we came from, through people. It was 1,000 degrees. Nobody was moving. It was like we were sardines in there. At one point, the person that was working for WWE turns around and looks at me, and she goes, man, this is effing brutal. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, you want me to go in front of you and start being Boston? Because I'll pummel through people if you need me to, politely, but I will carve a path. And she's like, no,
well, and mind you,
we just gotta go right there. And it's
where I'm standing, there are a few people behind me that
me is grabbing my shirt with his hand, like grabbing it. I'm like, just hang on, man. Just hang on.
There's a few people behind me that are much bigger deals in this than I am, and fans are like stopping them and taking pictures, and we're losing half our line, and I'm just like,
lines are coming this way. We're going this way. It's like, what?
Will focus.
I don't know if it'll focus.
So
we're doing a white balancing.
Yeah.
Oh, there it goes.
Going on here.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
So
we're there. Is where we entered, and then this was our trip through the concourse.
Like it made no sense.
Packed.
No. And there was an entrance. Let me tell you where that point is, where we entered right there, where it says media.
Entrance.
There was an entrance right there.
So
and the best part was where we entered was where Cody's bus was.
Correct. That is true. That is a true story.
Even better.
So then
we did not see Pharaoh.
Finally, we get to the elevator. We go up to the press box, and once we were there, when the sun was out, it was a little steamy in there. It was a little steamy in there when the sun was out, but there was a nice array of food. Mm-hmm. They fed us well. There was some good mac and cheese, burgers, hot dogs.
The Dominic Mysterio special.
Can you do a stop motion animation there, Jose?
Well, I mean, I don't have anything to make a flip book with, but I could in theory. I'm not going to.
You would just have.
He can in theory. There you go.
We would just have to draw them. So we finally get up there. We're all settled. We have our spots out. And then I think it started to settle in for all of us that we were like, holy crap, we are in the press box at friggin' SummerSlam. Like, this is dope as shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't believe I'm here. Yeah.
Just eating dinner with
just eating dinner.
Just hanging out.
I'm eating mac and cheese and those lemon cookies. I don't know if anybody got to eat the lemon cookies.
I didn't get the lemon cookie. Had a brownie.
Phenomenal.
I will say this too, full shoot for us because it was like our first time. JPJ's like, we got to kind of be fans up, and we can't be like super fans in the press box. That went out the window. That went out the window. The second Dominic Mysterio kissed on Liv Morgan. Yes. That place went absolutely.
The pressers are full of fans, so we're going to react like friends.
Exactly, but it made me feel weird though because when I was at Money in the Bank, and it might have just been the way that. It wasn't really a press box there. It was literally just a long row. Like I could be sitting here and another media member was literally 1,000 feet away from me. Like at the other end of the, it was very bizarre.
A hockey arena to a football stadium too.
Yeah, that is true.
Scale
but it just felt like the media that I was near at Money in the Bank, they were reacting to stuff, but it was very much a different, it wasn't so that's why I was like, hey, like, that's what I was used to. And then once everything happened and we started, I was like, okay, yeah, we're all just kind of still fans. We're like clapping and yelling and
loud as all hell.
All right, good.
Everything. So
yeah.
Usually so then good crew people in the box.
Yeah. So we're in there and then SummerSlam starts and the first match is Rhea. Now, Kimmy, you're on the floor at this point. Big wig Kimmy over here is on the floor.
The little people
still
down with the
chalking
little people.
shit too, because like somebody's
yeah.
like Kimmy's down there, and I was like, so is her top golf score, and she definitely let me know how she felt about that.
Yeah.
Well, I was not sitting on the floor till 10 a.m. Saturday. So I was supposed to sit somewhere else. And then my boss said to me, I want to take you on the floor with me. And I was like, well, these people kind of already bought me a
Mrs.
ticket.
Pluggo saying hi to Kimmy and Jose and JPJ. Hi guys. Hi, Mrs.
Hi.
Pluggo. Love of my life. She thinks you guys are royalty. I'm just the guy that messes up.
Wow.
She's a
I mean,
sweetheart.
Kimmy's a royal pain in my ass.
Pluggo is very
No
self-deprecating.
one asked you, Jose.
He's very self-deprecating. He's very self-deprecating.
Anyway, back to my floor debacle.
Back to the star of the show, guys. All right, let her speak.
Give her
What?
the full
NH's
screen.
not here.
Can't do this. So anyway, I wake up Saturday, I go to set the first thing, and my boss calls me. He's like, "Hey, like I talked to these people, like you're gonna come with me instead." And I was like, "Okay." So now was the first wrestling trip I didn't go on with my dad. So I text him and I'm like, "So I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm taking home that chair. Like there is nothing stopping me from taking home this chair." And
Also, let it be known the last trip that she took of her dad that was wrestling related, he ended up having to work the convention.
yeah, he worked with Booker T at
Wow.
WrestleCon Philly.
That's awesome.
And get this, he got in for media for Ring of Honor, but Kimmy didn't.
Ah!
For Forbidden Door, and I didn't because
Oh,
Jonathan
Forbidden Door.
put my email in wrong, and I was like,
Oh,
Jonathan,
God.
what the heck? What did my dad do that I didn't? But yeah, so I'm like, Dad, I'm sitting on the floor, and he's like, I'll see that when I believe it, type thing. And then I sent him the picture of me on the floor. He goes, oh my God, like wow. So now I see Stephanie McMahon, and me and my coworker, me and her, same wavelength, and I'm like, she has all the security around her. I don't think
yeah.
she's gonna say yes. And she's like, well, you look like a kid. You ask. She'll think
That's strategy.
It's good strategy, though. Yeah,
Not bad.
That's
Stop
the way to do
bad.
it. It's the way to do it.
And I'm like, I got so nervous because I didn't want to get told no. And I'm like, I can't do it. I can't
I
do
mean,
this.
the worst thing she could have said was no, Kimmy.
Yeah, but I don't like being told no to things. Like,
If I'm getting told no by Stephanie McMahon, that's still a pretty
That's a
big
win.
thing.
Yeah, you're right.
So-
You're right.
So we go up to her, and I chickened out of asking. So my coworker did, and was like, "Oh, can we get a picture?" And she looked at me first, of course, the child. She's like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I went over, and the child got the picture first, then my coworker did. And I'm trying to send my dad this picture, and there is no service. I literally texted Ella, and I'm like, "Can you guys give me the media Wi-Fi?" Media Wi-Fi did not reach the floor, and I'm like, "Dad."
Media Wi-Fi barely reached the media press box.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
so-
I was
Wasn't the
struggling
greatest.
a
It was
little
better
bit.
than it was
Okay.
at the Lincoln Philly. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, fair.
So I don't feel bad now. But yeah, I'm like, Dad, look at my Twitter. I met her. And then he literally posts on his Facebook. He's like, we're all living vicariously through Kimmy because here's my child meeting Stephanie McMahon on the 4th row of SummerSlam. And I'm like, thanks, Dad. But yeah, I was in the friends and family section on the floor. We had Frank the Clown was down there. Randy Orton's wife was down there.
Which is funny because Noelle was in the box with us.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I was
That's
like,
that's
which
weird.
by the way,
she's the
Oh my
best.
God.
my whole weekend was such a whirlwind of things. I didn't even realize that was Noelle Foley until
Well,
like
even when they stopped her mid concourse for pictures.
yeah, that's the one that kept stopping. So check
yeah.
this out. So they give the press conference to JPJ, not to me. I get press box, which fine, whatever. I'm cool with it. So I hang out in the press box for a while, just like shooting the shit or whatever. I end up talking to Noelle for like 10 minutes just about she was mad about like not mad but she was also like a little bit about the walkthrough that was rough, and then the food, she didn't get any food because they put it away early, and we're just chumming it up. And I at the end of the show I was talking to, well, who is that? They're like, Noelle Foley. And I was like, holy shit, didn't dawn on me because like I'm
Unbelievable.
so tired. But mind you, then this is what happens. I leave, you guys leave, Jose, everybody leaves.
We haven't even talked about the show yet.
I know.
What are we talking about? What's happening after?
What's wrong with the show? The show.
I thought we were gonna talk about
JPJ is so angry that you're not staying on track.
No,
He's won this show 166
I'm
times.
used
with
to
me.
that with Pluggo. I know that. Pluggo, tell your story.
No,
And
it's
then
just
we're actually going to
anyway.
talk about summer.
Anyway,
SummerSlam
Yeah.
happened and we all had a great time.
Yeah,
It
we
was
did.
available on
Fun.
Peacock.
it's available on Peacock if you didn't see it. That's how we'll review it. But no, so I end up like, all right, I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna try to meet JPJ at like the exit that they would leave for the presser, and I have no idea where I'm at in this stadium. I've never been there. So I asked this one guy that works there. I just said, "Hey, do you happen to know like where that media entrance was and like where they would be for this press conference?" And he's like, "Nope, but I'm trying to find my boss. Let's do this together." And I went, "Okay, cool." And this guy, this unsung hero, takes me to the depths of the Cleveland Browns Stadium where the employee break room is for the people that work at the stadium. And I'm like, I definitely shouldn't be down here. I don't think I'm supposed to be down here. So I'm just standing there trying to figure out what's next. I see all the buses, like the Mrs. buses right there, cars and stuff. So like, I'm definitely probably not supposed to be down here 100%. So like I walk up to a security guard and I go, "Hey, like, I'm just trying to find where that press conference area was. I just want to be at the exit. Like, I'm not trying to." I show him my badge. He goes, "Oh, you got a media pass. You can go wherever you want." and I went, "That doesn't sound right, but I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to take it. I'm
go with it."
Right. So I forge on. I didn't say that out loud, but in my mind, I'm going, "That dude. Okay, cool." So I forge on, and I actually absolutely run into, not physically, but almost cross paths with like Naya and Tiffany, who were 1,000% at the press conference.
Yeah, they were the first people that were at the press conference.
And I said, "Hey guys, listen, like I know you guys were just at the press conference. I'm just trying to find the area in which that was. I'm like being like very apologetic. Like, here's my pass. I'm not trying to bug you guys." And they're like, "We don't know where that's at." And just like blew me completely off, totally in gimmick. And I was just like, okay, cool. It's probably thinking I'm some crazy fan. So then they walk over to these guys in suits, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to be like thrown out of the stadium because they're probably like this crazy dude. And I was like, all right. So I just keep forging on. I'm like, okay, cool. End up in a luxury box where there's a bunch of food. And did
you take any of it?
No, because this guy in a suit and this lady in a suit then go, "Hey, what's up? You look lost." And I go, "Kinda." I said, and I explained to him like the situation, and I showed him my badge, and I go, "Oh yeah, it's right here. Like, we'll take you right to the press conference." And I was like, "Awesome, thank you." And they're like, "Do you want to go in?" And of course, in my mind, I'm going, "No." I told him, I go, "No, I'll just sit outside and wait." I didn't get the invite. I didn't want like, the people that had invited you, JPJ, and them in to be like, "We didn't invite you, and you're in here like blowing up our whole spot." So I just sat out there and watched it on TV. And I saw Jacob Fatu walk by in a boot. I'm taking pictures to showing JPJ, mind you, while he's in this presser. He goes, "Where are you?" And I'm just like, Damian Priest is walking right past me. And it's just a wild scene. And then, of course, that's where we ended up. I found the spot. But, man, I thought for sure for a good half an hour I was going to get thrown out of Cleveland Browns Stadium and never get invited back.
I'm really happy you didn't, though.
Yeah.
Same.
I was super nice to everybody. I said, "Listen, I'm not trying to like, I just want to know where that exit is because you guys glossed over, or we didn't even mention it. They walked you down to the floor and to the other side of the stadium where we were at originally. So you guys were in a whole nother area that I was like
completely different. So we got an email. Yeah, we got an email like during the show that was like, "Hey, anybody with press conference access before the main event, meet us at the elevator that you whatever." So we all go that. They bring us down on the floor for the main event. So we were probably near you, Kimmy, honestly. We were standing, but we were down on the floor for the main event. So as somebody who is a short king like myself, I couldn't see shit. But still, you like it was in the moment, it was just surreal, and I'm talking to Graham, who's a friend of ours, been on the show. I'm talking to Graham, and I kind of lean in, and I'm like, you've done this more than me. This is my second go round, but like, do you ever like this whole time, even though I feel like, yeah, you belong here, like you belong here, in my brain, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like I'm on the floor of SummerSlam, Roman's music hits, and I'm like, what? Like, what? I cannot believe I'm here.
What did that sound like when you guys were on the floor? Because we were in the press box, and it was pretty epic in there.
You could feel it. You could feel the ground.
Yeah, Jose and I had to slum it in the press box.
And I couldn't see anything. I just obviously heard it, and I saw the blue lights from all the stuff. And I took a video of just like me circling around the stadium because everybody obviously was losing their minds for it. Yeah, it was definitely a surreal moment. Like I said, I couldn't see anything besides what was on the screens. But being down there, hearing that initial noise and like feeling. You could feel the energy. In the whole stadium, really, you could feel it, and it was like, holy crap! And it was pretty good. It was pretty good because I did feel like in that main event when it was, everyone knew what was coming. But the lead up there, like it wasn't like it was a bad match, but when it was 1-on-1, Cody and Solo, that crowd, we were all dead. We were all didn't care.
It was
no offense.
It was
just
definitely rough at some point.
Yeah, it was slow, and it was just kind of. I get it
And
why it
especially
was
for
slow because
Bloodline
it was going to be
rules.
wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we didn't get a lot of chicanery. The pacing for when they were rolling people in was kind of off, but like,
Yeah.
if we're getting bloodline rules, like go balls to the fucking wall. Like,
Yeah,
why are we
and
being reserved?
Yeah,
they
and
did
Waiting
that-
for
they-
Arn Anderson to take a bump.
Yeah.
I
Me
was waiting
too.
for Arn to come out and hit someone with a spine buster.
Yeah, or a
Bring his
Glock.
Glock-
I
yeah,
mean,
bring
I
his
don't know.
Glock.
Some
But they did that with the
Uh,
Bloodline rules. The first one, it started off slow too. It's just the components
but
were
then-
bigger deals than what. And
Yeah.
it was like, it's Bloodline rules. Why aren't you just starting out with the whole Bloodline just absolutely pummeling on Cody?
Yeah, and then you see Tangaloa and Tama Tonga come out. They are answered by KO and Randy. And then Jacob Fatu comes out, and he is incredible. And he does all this stuff, and he does that table spot. And I know there's now reports saying it might have been a work. I don't know, but he sold that leg injury masterfully. Like I thought he was. I was talking to.
I thought he
was
tore
right
his
next-
Achilles.
Yeah,
he
I was
he
right
walked
next to-
out of that in a boot. He was in a boot when
and
I
it
was out
on
outside
the
presser.
yeah, like I was right next to Sean and Sean's wife when that happened, and me and Sean were legitimately having a conversation of like, oh God, I hope he didn't. Like we were like, damn, that sucks if he got hurt. Like he sold that. If it is a work, he sold that wonderfully. And in the moment when all that's happening, I'm like, oh, was somebody else supposed to come out and take out Jacob? Because they clearly separated Roman from Jacob. They didn't want that to be a thing at all yet. You know what I mean? But I didn't know if maybe he was really injured and that just caused them to go, all right, Roman, there you go. We got to get you out there because we can't do this anymore or whatever. But once Roman got out there, it was, man, that place was going nuts. And then he gets in the ring, Superman punch, and then the loudest ooh-ah he's ever gotten on a spear ever. Everybody was doing that. And some of the media people, they are kind of reserved, some of them, but everybody was doing. I heard everybody do that ooh-ah on that floor.
Kimmy, did you
I
do
did
the?
not.
Kimmy, did you
No, I
walk?
did not.
Kimmy.
I was a professional. We were in the friends and family section. There was no cheering really going on in the friends and family section. Like if your person was in the ring, yeah. Like we were in front of LA Knight's whole family when he won the US title, and they were going ballistic. Like his mom and dad, and I don't know if this was girlfriend, wife, whoever this human was. She was just like so excited, jumping up and down. We were like a little bit downward from like Logan Paul's whole family. That was really fun because they were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did not do the ooh-ah. I did not do a lot of cheering. I
Wow.
decided
Jose and I did, and Ella, we were going.
Did you do the hoo-ah from
Yeah,
up
we
in the...
ooh-ah'd, we sang voices.
Yeah,
Hell
we were.
yeah.
We were having
You
a because
Oh,
at that
I-
point too,
I
if
will
you think
tell you,
about
I was
it, all
jealous
of
I
us
didn't
in the
get to
press
see-
box that were left,
Yeah.
we didn't go to the presser, so it was even thinner then, and we were just having a good old time for that. last
One
half
thing I did
hour.
regret was because I had to leave, I did regret not seeing Ella's reaction to Randy Orton's.
Oh.
music.
We
got it
That was
on
the
video.
one thing.
We
Yes, I
got
saw
it,
it on the
yeah.
video, but I wanted to see it in person because I knew that's what she was waiting for. So I was like, I get to miss that.
That's 90% of the reason we went to SmackDown. Was she was hoping
Literally.
to show up there.
Because Ella was very adamant, like, hey, if tickets are affordable, like, if Randy Orton comes back and I'm not, and we don't go, I'm gonna regret that forever. And we were like, all right, we'll go. Let's have a good time.
And now she regrets it forever for different reasons.
yeah, exactly.
poor Ella.
No, she's the best.
Those murder seats.
Yeah, the China
Yeah.
section.
And then, obviously the Roman coming back is the big thing that happened at SummerSlam. But I would say in general that SummerSlam was probably the most storyline driven PLE WWE has had in a PLE, that is, in a while. Like the matches were good. I thought Rhea and Liv was a great match. There were other good ones too. I liked Punk and Drew. But the stories that were told throughout the night were really the sticking points of SummerSlam. And we saw the dismantling of the original Judgment Day. And then on Raw, which again, Raw was fantastic. this week. Really,
Now who's jumping around?
Yeah, it was an all-timer for Raw.
It was an. I think this was an all-timer. Truly, like
it made it feel really the Raw after SummerSlam was bigger, just as big as the Raw after Mania. Like, and I like that.
This year, I would say it was bigger than the Raw after Mania, but even
100%.
then, it feels like SummerSlam really this year, like we always say, it's the second biggest show behind Mania. This really lived up to that kind of stature to the point where I feel like
fully agree.
I know in 2026 in Minneapolis, it is going to be 2 nights, but it wouldn't surprise me if we end up making it a 2-night affair, kind of like how we've seen with like New Japan do with their other stuff aside from just Wrestle Kingdom. Like they will have a 2-night occasion here and there. So.
Yeah, 100%. And we saw the moment happen in the beginning of at the end of the first match with Rhea and Liv. At first, they do the little trickaroo where Rhea's going to use the chair on Liv, and Dom does the right thing, and he takes the chair from her and says, "No, you'll get disqualified. You won't win the belt. You don't want." And Dom's doing the right thing, and then that son of a bitch, Dom, that son of a B, he throws the chair back in there. He points to Liv. He goes, "Eh." And he gets the ref's distraction. He hits the move on the chair. He turns around for the 1, 2, 3, and they show Dom, and he's got that little smirk on his little face, and you just want to, you son of a. And then
if Rhea and Dom can't make it, I don't have hope for love.
And then they come back. You see Rhea in the ring. You see Liv on the ground, and then Dom lifts her up, and he goes in. Man, they went in on that one. That was a heavy makeout.
It wasn't Edge and Lita, but it had the energy.
Pretty second.
Yeah. I mean, in today's world, I know they're getting more edgy lately. But it was one of the edgier ones lately for sure. And so Dominic Mysterio turns on Rhea Ripley. That oh my God. And then Rhea looked like she wanted to murder everybody. So they did that, which was just what a way to start SummerSlam, truly. Like, what a way to be like, oh, they did it right away.
We're out here. This is happening.
Like, they just did it. Because I was under the impression that Dom was going to come out and try to help Rhea, but mess up. That was what I thought was going to happen. That Dom was going to try to help Rhea, and he was going to fuck up.
Yeah.
And she would lose. Because I think we were all pretty confident that Liv was going to retain somehow.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought. I didn't know they were going to go full turn right away. But they did, and it was a moment. It was a big moment.
I figured just because you get the huge payoff on Raw of like, you knew Finn and something was going to happen with Finn and Damian. So I felt like, that Raw was really the big turnaround for Judgment Day, now Bloodline tomorrow with SmackDown. So I figured that maybe it would happen, but I thought it was a really fun way to kick off the show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Dustin saying, I always considered the Royal Rumble to be the second biggest show of the year, but compared to many in recent memory, this SummerSlam really did have a big time feel to it. It did. It had a major big time feel. And like you said, Kimmy, so then there's a backstage segment where Priest is irate, gets into the clubhouse, he's kicking things over, and he grabs Finn Balor, and he's being aggressive. And they're like, calm down. We don't know where Dom is either. Like, we had nothing to do with it. Calm down. And at that moment, I think I looked at you, definitely, Funko, but I think I kind of said it aloud. I was like, Finn's costing Damian the belt later. That's why they did that. It's all coming down, man. It's all coming down. And then later on, again, this match also ruled.
That was big meaty men slapping meat.
100%. Gunther's chest bleeding and oh, man.
They were laying it in.
They were. Priest and Gunther was awesome. They were beating the absolute shit out of each other. And then Finn Balor shows up, and he's rooting on Damian and all this stuff. And then he ends up putting Gunther's foot on the rope to prevent Damian from winning. Damian doesn't see it at first, and then he watches the replay. Go ahead.
It's just so rare that they actually use the replay in a match.
Yeah.
They never do.
No. It was a nice touch, though. I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
And they were doing ref cams.
They had a new ref cam.
I love the ref cams.
Yeah.
Big fan.
And the way they did it was Priest was looking this way, and they had Balor with his back turned. And when Priest saw and he turned around, Balor turned around at the same time. And it was just like, oh.
He was ready to kill him.
Oh, my God. And then it was to the point where he hit South of Heaven on Gunther. And instead of trying to win the match, he just went after Finn and started choking him, which led to Gunther choking him out and becoming the new world heavyweight champion. And then Oh my God, good stuff. Just good stuff told throughout, and it carried over to Raw with the Judgment Day. We see now they have the new Judgment Day with Dom, Liv, Carlito, JD McDonough, and Finn Balor.
So Carlito's finally officially in.
He's officially in.
He made the cut.
Yeah,
You gotta put him on the
just
shirt.
because they need numbers.
Yeah.
They need the numbers game.
Yeah.
So like Carlito,
They swapped Puerto Ricans in Judgment Day.
Wow.
I can say that I am Puerto Rican.
yeah,
Fair, he did. It's true.
Yeah.
he could say that. He knows Kimmy.
It's true.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't
big,
even know.
Big celebrity. You're a big celebrity. He knows you. He can say what he wants.
Yep.
That's the excuse I'm going to use from now on.
Yeah, big in
you-
status, small in stature.
It's true.
Wow. Should I
And
tell
then,
Britt, should I tell Britt that tomorrow when I see her?
Oh,
What? That's your new tagline?
Yeah.
that'd be a great tagline, truly, though. If you think about it, it's not a bad tag.
That's not bad.
Pretty good.
I think we
Jose,
just
you should tweet that later, and I'll quote tweet it.
print shirts. Percentage because it was on our show, right?
Yeah, of
What's my
course.
usage rate?
I'm all about percentages.
Yeah,
I
like-
got you.
So what's my usage?
For
fee?
You could get a whopping 10%. 10%
Oh,
seems to
come
be
on.
the number in our business. A whopping 10%.
is 10%? Is that the most common number you come
Yeah,
across?
but 10% of zero is zero. So I don't know about this. I like a flat
What if
rate.
I was actually going to print the shirts and actually give you 10%?
We got,
Oh.
Lots of
Oh.
profits.
I mean,
Maybe
when the
Carl
Pro
can do this
Wrestling Tees post goes up, maybe.
Hell,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So we just need 8% each. So that's 12 off the top, Kimmy.
Yeah.
What's left for me?
90, 89, 88%.
Thank you for
Jose
doing the
gets
math.
10.
Yeah, I was
JBJ
gonna
gets
plug
1.
that.
I
was
get
another
1.
That I wasn't good at math for a second.
So me and you each get 1%.
Just because
We
they
would've,
happen to
had
come
to
up with
Man,
the
you're-
idea on
You're
our
lowball-
show.
You are lowballing our come on, man.
But if the
This wouldn't have
shirts are-
happened if it wasn't for us.
if the shirts are going to sell the way we think they're going to sell, that 1% is going to look amazing.
You know,
I'm
I
gonna
heard
be-
I'm not good at math, so why are we even listening to my
It's true.
10%?
It's true.
All right, well,
we
No,
are
we
gonna
50.
need
jump
to
ar-
settle this. We need
we're gonna-
you and
Yeah.
Scott Steiner to have a math league meeting.
That's good.
Well, okay,
Fair.
so I'm going to see him. He's going to be a big event, I think. So I'll see him in November when I'm repping MJF.
We'll come up with an algebra equation for both of you to solve.
By the way, I saw him at WrestleCon. He was there, and then it was cool to see him in the stands at SummerSlam when Braun won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
yes.
cool. That was very cool to
That
see.
was very cool.
He was in the Legends box with
Hmm.
Izzy Dame.
That is true. Dustin, because he has to run soon, I'll ask. He says, but I'm curious to hear all your thoughts on the in-ring debut of the Wyatt Six.
I
So
didn't
obviously,
see it because I was packing for this trip.
Big Star Kimmy.
Big Star Kimmy just.
Oh, Ella's mad we didn't invite
yeah,
her.
What the heck?
Ella,
What
to
the
be
heck,
fair,
Pluggo?
we
the
didn't invite
StreamYard
Kimmy
link.
either. She asserted herself into this.
Did you not, Pluggo?
Ella works on Thursdays.
Well,
Every
so you're not
Thursday.
Did you
Right.
not even reach out?
She works on Thursdays. Every time I ask her,
Wow.
right
To be
now.
fair-
The link.
To be fair, when I ran it by Pluggo,
Yeah.
I did say we should see
no,
if
100%.
Ella and
But
Jose
Yep, she's
are
working and
available.
she's sick. I told you.
Yes. There we go.
See, you could have.
Wow, you didn't even ask.
oh, I've been sick for 2 days. You have her phone number.
Oh, here
Don't
we
So we
go.
got
ask,
an ear
just
infection.
bring
We
it.
got
Everyone's
big
gonna use
Rona.
the
We got
excuse.
Stephanie's
Don't,
knee getting
don't
sprained.
ask.
What the
Just
hell,
bring
people?
it, bro. Come on, man.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
you
Come
know,
on,
I
man.
try my best.
You do, and we love you for it. But come on, man. I kid
You know,
But I thought, Dustin, to answer your question before you get out of here, I thoroughly enjoyed the debut of the Wyatt Six. I thought, I'll tell you what, man, I did not think it was going to be as emotional with the Bray stuff as it is, but it is hitting all cylinders for me because it's awesome. I like it, and it makes me want to cry because they use Shatter. And I was like, oh, they're going to use this whole song. I'm just sitting there like, they're going to use this whole song. They're going to do it. And then Eric Rowan's doing the yeah. Brody. I'm just like, bro, you're just hitting me.
And they kept their ring names, which thank God. It wasn't
Yes.
like the Retribution kind of thing.
Yeah. And
No,
I've loved,
Ace.
to me, it's been perfect. I haven't disliked a thing that they've been doing. And it's, yeah, man, I loved it. I thought it was a good match too. I love Joe Gacy kind of doing the weird corner thing that's reminiscent of Bray doing his. I just
Yeah.
the little things they do. They're all doing the Uranagis and like
This was a coming out party for Joe Gacy, I think.
Oh, it really was.
Because we finally got to see what he can do outside of like the schism stuff and everything. Rowan looked great coming back to WWE after so long. And Dexter Lumis can always like pull out some crazy stuff too when he's given the chance. So it's been very refreshing.
I'm getting yelled at by Ella via text message right now, guys.
Well, welcome to the club.
You take a number. Messed up. Well, Ella won't even answer my text because she's yelling at you.
Yeah, Ella's saying catch me outside. How about that? Outside of what? Top Golf or the hotel?
Wow.
I don't know which is which.
Top Golf.
Maybe
outside of
we were finding.
Which, by the way, I didn't even tell you the Sammy and Friends story. So we had all had different.
Now she's
seats.
yelling at me because she finally texted me back.
We got different seats, and I got put in a seat by a lady that works there that wasn't my seat. So some other lady comes up to me and goes, "Where's your seat at, friend?" And I go, "Right here where this lady sent me." And she goes, "Nope, you're down there." So I'm in this seat by myself, and then there's one seat at the end, and both them are like, "Come sit over here, it'll be fine." And I'm like, I'm trying to let the heat die down. I don't want to die. I'm telling the people with me, I'm like, listen, it's like in Grand Theft Auto when you get 2 stars on you, you don't want to go for the third. You gotta let that heat die down a little bit before you just move seats again. Then I ended up sitting with them and all was well, but oof, you know,
I also sat on the floor for the Sami Zayn and Friends show.
Listen, Kimmy.
Pluggo got yelled at twice. Yeah, I get yelled at all the time.
Meanwhile,
so you're like me who gets blamed for everything.
Yeah, it's easy to blame Pluggo.
Yeah, Pluggo just gets yelled at, apparently. I was, it is what it is. But no. So Sami and Zayn was a lot of fun too. And then after SummerSlam, which I know obviously there's more stuff that happened, Punk and Drew and stuff, where we're trying to find pizza.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know if you heard this.
It's like 1 a.m. at this
literally.
Point.
So at this point, it's Pluggo, myself, and Emily.
Okay, so you got to backtrack a little bit. So we're outside the media exit.
Yes.
And there's issues. She's trying to find an Uber. And we're talking like Bill After's out there, family. The people are trying to find an Uber out of this place, and it's just impossible. So Emily goes, well, why don't we just start walking this way? We'll just walk it back to the hotel. And then so that was how we ended up back at their hotel and like, let's get pizza. And then it was just like a mess.
Yeah. So then we're trying to find
packing because we had a train at 5:50 that morning.
Yeah, we're like, Ella, Jose, come down and have pizza.
Come down. So then we find a pizza joint. They're open till 3 a.m.
In their pajamas.
So my Disney pajama pants.
Yeah. Me, Emily, and Pluggo take about a 10-minute walk. We order pizza and chicken wings. We bring them back. Go ahead.
Which I will say, as a Buffalo native, those wings were not even mid. They were just. It was like
they didn't look great. They didn't look great.
And they just dumped barbecue sauce, not even fully coating the wing. It was like
they were just.
I enjoyed them on the way home.
There was no blue cheese. Hell, there was no ranch.
No ranch.
Nothing. Just a bottle of barbecue sauce on top.
That's okay, Jose. Perfect question. Everybody in the chat can answer. Wings, blue cheese or ranch? Which is the move?
Ranch.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese, unless, and I do mean this is the only exception. If it's Wingstop, then you get the ranch.
Okay.
See, I'm a picky eater, so I feel like you really can't answer. I can't really answer these questions.
Sokol is a picky eater.
I'm not. Here's my thing. I'm
sitting on the floor here. I'm gonna say she doesn't hang out with us, plebes.
I'm gonna say a controversial take here, and I know I'm in the minority. I don't like buffalo. I don't like buffalo things, guys. I don't like buffalo. Not a flavor of mine. I don't like.
I don't do spice.
No,
I get no. I.
Wow.
Jose,
come on, Jose, don't. Jose, the views expressed here by JPJ are those of JPJ and not of myself. Please stick around.
I'm not hating on people that like buffalo. I know buffalo is the most important. Shouldn't be, but it is. I know this.
That's the Pats fan.
The views expressed. Oh my God, I love that.
But I am just not a big buffalo guy. Although I do.
Bitch.
Oh no. I do like spicy though. That's the problem. Is I like spicy, but I just think it's just the buffalo. It just ain't it for me.
It's a different kind of spice. It's vinegar spice.
Yeah, it ain't it for me.
Well, thank you, Jose, for coming on for the first and last time ever. Jesus, baby.
Look, if buffalo wings are the only option, I'm gonna eat a buffalo. I'm not gonna not eat a wing. It's just not near my favorite.
I mean, I wouldn't have eat those Cleveland wings if we're being real.
True. If it's a buffalo wing for me, I like blue cheese. I like blue cheese if it's a buffalo wing. If it's any other type of wing, I'm usually going ranch.
Yeah, like Wingstop hot honey, you have to get it with ranch.
Hot honey. That sounds excellent.
It is good.
Now I'm hungry.
Wingstop is the best.
All right. Well, fine.
We don't have a Wingstop here, so
Yeah, we don't have ones. We don't have any in the Northeast.
I got
Or at least, I'm not going to say the Northeast, but where I'm from.
just
there
got
are-
I
them
have
in-
one in
Where are
Staten
you?
Island.
Yeah, I'm north. I'm more northeast.
Oh,
than that.
you're-
I'm actually in
Well-
the real Northeast.
yeah, I'd have to go all the way to
Yeah.
Rochester for it. So,
New
but if I'm
York,
going to
get outta
Rochester,
here.
I'm going to get a garbage plate. I'm not going to get Wingstop.
Wait, what's a garbage plate?
So it's a prepare yourself.
I'm
It is-
ready. Can you tell?
It
I'm
is
up in my chair.
gluttony in the purest form. So it is half
I love me some
home
gluttony.
fries, half macaroni salad,
Ew.
topped
I love-
with a beanless chili. So like think
Oh, a
like it's like a meat sauce, like they call it hot sauce, but it's like ground beef with like a nice spicy sauce. Then you top
Okay.
that with either 2 burger patties, 2 hot dogs, or 1 of each.
Oh my god.
Cheese. Then you
Wow.
do yellow mustard, ketchup,
Oh.
diced white onion.
Interesting. That is
That
a
sounds
garbage.
disgusting.
First of all, Kimmy, before I go, because I want
You better
Ella-
not piss
Ella-
off Kimmy too.
No, I'm not. No, Ella said something in the chat that I need to get explained to me in a second.
I do know what
However-
pizza locks is, but
Well,
yes.
we'll get there. Tread lightly, Kimmy. All right, tread lightly.
Whoa!
All right. Jose said pasta salad, macaroni salad. He said macaroni salad,
Yeah.
and your first response was, "Ew." Now, I'm gonna give you a second to take a deep breath. Here,
Okay.
pasta salad / macaroni salad might be a top 5 food for me of all time. So I need to know, what the hell are you saying "ew" for?
I just don't like it. See, Ella got me.
No,
Macaroni
I
salad
will
is
not.
garbage.
I will not have my judgment of the both of you
We're gonna put
skewed
that up on the
by
screen.
this blasphemy.
This just in: Kimmy and Ella anti
I
macaroni
prefer.
salad.
Listen, hear me
I mean,
out.
it's
I
not
prefer-
our fault that they have the palate of a Fisher Price toy kitchen.
Maybe I prefer pasta salad to a macaroni salad. However, I could eat both for a meal at any given time. If I go to a cookout, right, and there's pasta salad, I don't even need to eat anything else. I will just give me that container.
That and potato
That's
salad
all
for me.
Same. Yep, I love potato salad too. You like
No.
eggs in the potato salad?
Aphelius
or
in
no,
our
Jose?
chat is saying macaroni salad is fine, but don't put chili on top of it.
But
It is not as crazy as you guys think it is. If you want to see someone construct it well, Jenna Marbles has a great tutorial on how to make a garbage
Fruit
plate.
salad or
Ironically,
chicken
they do it
salad?
Salad?
vegan
Are we
way,
in the
but-
Wiggles that we're eating fruit salad?
What, you don't like fruit salad either? You know who pisses me off? Cantaloupe. Get the fuck out of my fruit salad.
Thank
You
you.
make everything taste like you. You're the worst fruit ever. Get the hell out. Anyway, sorry.
Ironically enough, that's kind of how he was yelling at me while I was driving.
That's true. That's how I
You
was
make
yelling
all
at
the
fucking
roads
table.
bet worse. You're not any better.
Unbelievable. Cantaloupe just walks in. You know, if Cantaloupe just minded his business, I'd understand. All right, I'd be like, yeah, you can be in there. I
As
prefer
I
the
think
honeydew
world's
melon.
worst dad joke.
Yeah, you could be there. Honeydew melon, fine, great, whatever. I can make an argument about blueberries. I don't think they're at the top, but I don't know if they're bottom tier. I
I feel like I'm at
But-
top shelf again.
This is what you get. This is what you get.
Do we need to have a fruit draft?
Oh, we
Can
could.
we?
I
Yeah.
love fruit.
I will
I
go.
love
I will
fruit.
come here for the fruit draft.
All right,
Do it
deal.
right now.
One of these days we'll have.
Yeah,
a
no,
fruit-
we'll
get the tier
link
system.
up.
Yes.
We'll link up, and
Do
then
a
we will
special.
we do a 5-round fruit draft, and then we send it out to the masses and see who wins. Ella can be a part of it. We'll get as many media people. There's a lot of fruits.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of types. But anyway, cantaloupe, fuck off. So there it is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. If cantaloupe, listen, I love grapes. Do grapes make all the other 6 fruits taste like grapes? No, because they know we're great by ourselves. So you have a grape.
When's the
and
last
we're gonna
time you
stand
ate
out.
a grape?
Motherfucker, what? What does that mean?
I mean, in general. When's the last
get
time
grapes
you much?
I went to the grocery store today. I bought some grapes. You ever had
Okay, I'm
frozen
just
grapes? Have you
asking.
ever,
Have you
is
ever
that a
had
fat
the
joke?
cotton candy
I will
flavored
take you
grapes?
out by the throat next time.
No, I
see you.
haven't.
Is that a chubby joke?
Yeah,
Have you ever
no,
had frozen
no. That
grapes?
was just me asking. When's the last time
Have
you
you-
ate grapes?
Have you ever had frozen grapes?
No.
Next time you go to the grocery store, trust me, buy some grapes. Take a little batch. You don't have to do the whole thing. Take a little batch. Put them in the freezer. Have a frozen grape. Will blow your fucking mind.
Frozen peaches. Fresh.
Oh, all
frozen
right.
Who
peaches.
eats
Okay.
peaches?
So here's
Millions
my
of
thing.
peaches. Peaches
You
for
take
me.
half a peach, you chop it up real good, let it like half thaw out, grab yourself like some good vanilla yogurt, Greek yogurt probably works best, and some granola. Mix that shit together, bada boom.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thought me and Kimmy would be
having
aligned and like, who's eating peaches?
What's wrong with peaches?
Nothing. Just who's
I
just
don't like
And we don't mean it as a
either.
euphemism. We genuinely mean who's eating the fruit peach.
Oh well,
Yeah.
shit. 'Cause,
Yeah.
no, I'm not
Yes.
eating the fruit.
What
I'm-
fruit do you like, Kimmy?
Grapes, strawberries, and bananas, and apple slices. Not whole apples, just apple slices.
What kind of green apple or red
Apples.
apple? What's your favorite type of apple?
Probably her phone.
Red
Probably
and my
red.
phone.
Red, like Red Delicious? Is that what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Macintosh.
You don't, know,
Macintosh.
you don't know all the different types of apples.
Granny
Yeah.
There's
Smith.
red, yellow, and green.
No, but there's like different.
Yeah,
Like
Like my favorite type of
there's
apple is a gala apple. I like a
Oh,
gala.
what?
Go to the fucking grocery store, Kimmy, and buy a
Gala,
gala apple, and then
Macintosh.
thank me afterwards.
My parents
Crab
do the
apple.
grocery store for me. I don't want to go with them at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning.
Honey crisps are great. Ophelia saying honey crisps.
Who
in
the
the
hell
chat.
said you had
Those
to go at 7 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning?
why do you gotta go so damn early? Just walk by a market and pick up a fucking apple.
My parents usually
What
go
the
every
fuck?
week at
You're
7
not out in
a.m.
public ever
What
to
are they
just walk
going
by
when
a
it's like the
market?
quiet hours before everybody's there
What
with the
is
COVID
it?
mask on? What the hell?
They want to get there before it gets all crowded. I don't
Isn't
know.
that reserved for old people?
My parents are like 50.
That's not old, man. It's not young, but it ain't old. 50.
Kimmy shoots hard at 50-year-olds. They're old.
Oh.
But Sting
And
is
that's for
not
Sean
old.
Ross Sapp.
Yeah, you just called Sting old. No wonder he thinks your math is shit. Jesus. Wow.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. Throwing grenades over here.
All right, here's what we need, Kimmy. We need from now on fruit reviews by Kimmy. Just
Man.
different fruits. Get into some star fruits, some dragon fruits, all
Wow,
sorts of
star
fruit.
fruit. When was the last time you had a star
I've
fruit?
never had one.
Oh,
but I
shit.
would-
Has
Starfruit,
anybody? Has anybody here
flavored,
ever tried a
G
star
Fuel
fruit?
ones. It was good.
Where do you get a star fruit?
The
You can
produce
buy 'em- you can
section
buy 'em
at
at the
your
mall.
local grocery store.
Yeah. From the exotic fruits
Yeah.
section.
Yeah.
They look like starfish.
I'm gonna send this to my parents tomorrow, and I'm gonna be like,
Don't. I was yelling. Don't send them.
Look
Send
what I
it,
did.
please.
look what I
They'd
did.
be like, "Who's that old
Yeah,
guy yelling?"
yeah, you made this old guy real pissed off.
Yeah, he was angry about fruit. He was losing his mind.
Kimmy, you're not getting enough fiber in your daily diet.
Actually, I have a vitamin D deficiency. I found this out a month ago, so I take gummies to get my
Oh.
vitamin D level up.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good stuff.
Drink
Thank
milk.
you.
I
Staying
take
healthy.
gummies.
Yeah,
I
drink
take
some
gummies.
milk. Do you have it? What do you have against milk? Anything against
I
milk?
mean, I have other gummies besides.
I
these, they're
don't.
not vitamin
Okay,
D.
I can't drink.
Yeah,
milk.
the other gummies.
You can't
Mm.
drink milk. Do you lactose?
You can or
No,
you choose not
I
to.
don't
Oh, you
like
usually-
it. I just don't like it.
It's good for your bones.
That's why I'm injury prone.
Oh, it's fair. You can't just you just gotta. They have calcium pills.
Is
you can
that
take
what's
it.
going on with these media members that are getting just dropping like flies? From
No, nobody's drinking enough milk. Nobody listen to Kurt Angle.
Who wants to listen to Kurt Angle? Let me not.
Ella J is going to come for your neck at that statement.
Is she still watching? My
Oh,
God.
dude, Ophelia said I'm 50 in 2 months. I guess I need to fight Kimmy now.
Oh wow, way to go!
Get in line, Ophelia.
I'm never
She's
gonna
got
be
the deli
invited to
counter
this
going because
show.
Kimmy can't keep track of the ass weapons.
Listen, I'm never
Get
gonna
in
be
line.
show again. Oh my God, Ella.
No, Alice.
Getting serious. Getting serious now. She's on all
Ella
caps.
saw Kurt at WrestleCon, I'll have you know.
Yes, she did.
How dare you?
Wow, all caps. That's all. Them
All
all
caps.
caps.
She's sick and working and still found time to hit that all caps lock on your ass.
Yeah, that's true. That's trouble.
She's gonna
That's
cough
trouble.
in your face and give you a DDT.
And SRS messaged me off to the side and said he's shaking his head at you shooting hard on him. So he's in line too. It's just-
No, I have
Unbelievable.
to. I have to send it to him before I go on my next podcast at 10:15. I have to.
Yeah, no,
send
Kimmy,
him.
you're about to run the wrestling media gauntlet.
Yeah.
Do I need to tell Kyle and Collins?
No, they know. I tweeted.
Oh.
Look, I'm here. I'm committed
This is true. You are. You are.
But how did I
committed
know you were automatically going to be on Honor Rumble? after
because
our
I
ramble
tweeted
after-
it this morning that I was doing it live from Pittsburgh,
Well,
Pennsylvania.
I didn't
So-
fucking see it. So,
So what are you at? What event are you at? Where you're in Pittsburgh?
Yes, I'm at.
That is
Steel City.
disgusting.
Oh, I've
Uh,
never been to Pittsburgh before today.
I actually think that
God.
Pittsburgh would be a
Jose,
city
we
that
might
I
have
would
to start
find-
our own show because
No,
he's about to
we're
go
fine.
off on the
No,
city
we're
of
not.
Pittsburgh.
I'm keeping it nice and simple.
no, I'll allow it.
Everyone here
Okay.
knows.
Uh,
I feel like Pittsburgh is a city that I would dig. Like, I feel like Pittsburgh is a city I would dig. However, my second least favorite sports franchise of all time are the Pittsburgh Steelers. So as far as I'm concerned, Pittsburgh can go screw. So,
see, I sort of indirectly have an into the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the views of one JPJ loves gaming does not reflect those of on the air productions.
there we go.
There you go.
I'm a New England. I am
The
a New
views
England
expressed here are those of
Listen, it
JPJ's,
is
and
what
not
it is.
anybody else at Love Wrestling or affiliated with Love
Listen.
Wrestling. It's JPJ only. Pittsburgh,
Good
job,
keep
JPJ.
doing it.
I
Pittsburgh as it
will
is
just
Cleveland
say,
for us,
I will
not
just
harder.
say that the great Bret Hart was right when he said that if they were going to give the United States of America an enema, they would plug the holes right here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So that is that's it.
He
No,
said that?
those views were Bret Hart's views. Those were not my
Oh.
views.
And much like the enema, they were fleeting.
But honestly, Pittsburgh actually feels like it would be a city. I like blue collar.
Yeah.
I've heard the nightlife is actually pretty okay. Their Pittsburgh Pirates baseball stadium is like number 1 on my list of baseball stadiums I want to visit.
I want to go to Penguins Arena.
Yeah, I don't like the Penguins either because of the Bruins thing, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, as a team, I get it because I'm a Sabres fan, but Sidney
Yeah.
Crosby, I'll give him my respect.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna, Evgeny Malkin as well. I'm not.
I just want to
gonna
go to their
and-
Top Golf facilities. and see
Yeah, I
what's
would like to
happening.
see the
we have-
Pittsburgh. Is there a Top Golf?
Let me see how far the Top Golf is from where I am right
We
now.
just
So she
opened
gets a
one in
practice
Boston.
in this week.
We just opened one in Boston. So if WWE
we have to
ever
go out
has
to
another big
Boston.
pay-per-view in Boston and we all make a move, we
Okay,
have a
then-
Top Golf here.
I mean,
Oh, there's
Buffalo has
one.
direct from JetBlue.
Oh, it's so far. It's like a half an hour away.
Okay, that's not that far.
It was like 20 minutes for us.
It was like
in,
20 minutes from where
Cleveland.
we were in Cleveland. What are you talking? What?
Top Golf was closer than Waffle House was in Cleveland.
Wait,
There was a Waffle House in Cleveland?
It was in Wallaby.
You
It
went
was
to
like
Waffle
I
House?
tried to look up Uber prices. It was fucking $40 to get just to Waffle House.
Why
26-minute drive.
Why didn't we go to Waffle House after Top Golf?
Because who the fuck was gonna get us there, Kimmy?
They had who had
I
a
was
car?
say she's still mad about the
Sean.
08 Olympics. Crosby, Team
they-
USA.
Sure.
You have a group of 10 people trying to go 30 minutes in the opposite direction to a Waffle House without vehicles.
First of all, if we went to Waffle House and 10 people showed up at once, they would have a conniption fit. They would be like, "Are you shitting me? 10 of you?"
I mean, to be
10
fair,
of you.
we'd have our own battle royal, so it'd fit
It's
right
true.
in.
They'd be like, "There's 10 of you that just walked in here." I'd be like, "Yeah." We're like, "We got one."
Well, if
cook.
it was
It's gonna take
anything like
2.5
Top, if
hours."
it was anything like
for-
Top
for
Golf, they
this.
wouldn't have sat us together anyway.
No, they wouldn't even acknowledge our
True.
presence when we walked
We
in.
would have
They just
gotten the
would've been
footage,
like, "What is
submitted
going
to
on over
Harada
here?"
Tekken, telling them put Waffle House in Tekken 8, like so many of us already have.
Unbelievable. So
That's the highlight of the weekend is the Top Golf. Everybody
Sorry.
else is like, what? What
Oh, yeah.
happened? Nothing. else
It was
happened.
making its way. I saw there was some banter amongst the media members that were either
Not
not
there.
at Top Golf or not in Cleveland at all, saying the wrestling media went golfing, and also it was a big hullabaloo.
I was like,
what
wow, I've made
We're
it.
famous. We were famous.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
basically
Kimmy
what-
prepared by going to Top Golf in the past. I prepared by playing Hot Shots Golf on the PlayStation.
Hell
Well,
yeah.
clearly my
Love
Top
Hot
Golf
Shots
skills didn't do anything for me because I lost in the last 15 seconds of the game.
I said you
'Cause of Sean
practiced. I
Ross
never
Sapp.
said you were good.
I was good because I beat Sean Ross Sapp.
To be fair, most of us did better than Sean.
Well, to be fair though, that was according to Sean.
The first time he's
The
ever
first
picked
time
up a
he
golf
ever
club.
swung picked up a golf club. Besides mini golf, he does mini golf, but that was the first time. And then the first swing he did was okay. And then I walked by. I said, "Hey,
Mhm.
bend your knees."
You know what
And
I
then
hear?
the next one, smashed it. And I was like,
You know what I
"There you
hear? Excuses. That's
Wow.
excuses.
go. Wow. Listen, some people call them facts. Some people call them excuses. I don't know.
You know,
what's
we've
going
really
on.
come a long way from Ellis saying, "Tell them about pizza logs."
Oh
so
yes,
pizza
I need to know
log-
about pizza logs. What if
Yeah, we did.
Sorry.
Well, this
Way
is
to
how
go,
this
Jose.
show goes.
That's how my brain works. I do a lot of, you know.
So it's
This might need to be
But,
between three beards going forward.
a fried. It's like a fried mozzarella stick
But
with
it's not
marinara
like-
sauce.
But the way it's set up is like it's not like breaded like a mozzarella stick. So you have a piece of mozzarella and pepperoni inside of an egg roll wrapper, tightly wrapped up, deep fried, and then you dip it in the mozzarella.
It was
or, I
so
mean,
good.
The
marinara.
marinara.
That'd be
All right.
something I would eat.
Those sound better. We have something in the Northeast.
That sounds better
It's called
than
a pizza
fruit
roll, like a
salad.
pizza roll, and it kind of looks like an egg roll, but there's pizza stuff in the middle of it. But those
Same
sound
energy.
better. Yeah, same energy, but that's a lot.
Yeah, the
Pizza
original
logs sound
pizza
better.
logs do ship nationwide for an arm and a leg, or you could just come up here and get them for.
Yeah, I mean Buffalo is
yard.
not terribly far. Well, for me, it's like 8 hours, but who knows?
Wonder how far.
Is it worth it for a pizza log? Be honest with me. Probably
Yeah.
not, right?
Well,
Buffalo.
what-
Well,
What
yeah,
I-
I would go to chill in Buffalo for a weekend
Yeah.
and go to the bars and get some food because I
you
know.
gotta go to Duff's. You gotta go to Duff's. That's the wing place.
Do not go to
Duff-
Anchor Bar.
Duff's is the wings place.
Do
Yes.
not go. Friends don't let friends go to the Anchor Bar.
Okay. Well, so is that one of those things where, like, when you show up in Buffalo and you ask the locals, like, where do I got to go for some
Well,
wings?
the locals won't even tell you to go to Duff's anymore. They'll tell you to go to like a bunch of other places. But if you're gonna do
Oh.
like the traditional touristy wing, you always go to Duff's.
Okay, so
So
Duff's
good.
is like the
I could point
you
out
have
like
to
10
go.
different wing joints
Yes.
that I like more.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's
On a
fair.
given
Is
week,
Duff's-
how many wings do you eat, Jose? As a Buffalonian, a Buffstonian? What do you call yourself?
Buffstonian.
I mean, I could knock back a single, which is 10 by myself. But depending on if I
they
have
call
people that-
they call 10 wings a single.
So 10 is a single, 20 is a
Mm.
double, 30 is
Oh.
a triple, and then 50 is a bucket.
Oh. But do you do bone in or bone out?
Bone in.
Bone in.
Oh,
you have
his
to.
face! Oh, damn!
I'm with
Bone
Jose.
out is just
If-
a fucking
li-
chicken nugget.
Exactly. That's my. Listen to me.
Kid
Oh,
me.
I got-
you're gonna
listen.
tell a Buffalo native how to eat a buffalo wing?
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
but
with Jose on this.
That's like me asking a
Anybody-
New Yorker, why are you folding your pizza?
I don't fold my pizza.
Why the hell don't you fold your pizza? That
She
is
has
the
people that
only
fold.
problem
She
with
has
eating
people
pizza.
that folds it for her.
What is
Big-
happening?
Big Star Kimmy.
What is
People
going
that
on?
do-
Okay, so
Idiot.
the reason why I don't like the bone in is because when I go out to eat, I feel like I'm making a mess.
But
And
that's
I don't
part of the
wanna s-
experience, is it
Yeah,
not?
but I don't want to seem like disgusting and a slob, so I will suck it up and have the chicken, have the boneless, and have the chicken nugget with sauce.
I don't
Jose
like
is
how
just
they call them
disgusted
bone.
right
but
now.
my thing is, if you want to get boneless, fine. But those aren't wings. Why do they call them boneless wings? Those are either chicken tenders or chicken nuggets. They're
And
not,
they're even any
boneless
bigger than a
wings.
fucking chicken nugget.
no. They're
But
not
they're
boneless
good.
wings.
They're good.
I'm not saying they're bad. If somebody came in right now with a free
It's deep fried
platter
and
of
soft. How
boneless
can it be
chicken wings,
bad? It's just
I'm
not a
eating
wing.
them all. But it's not a wing. A wing is the
Semantics.
bone in. Are you a drumstick guy or are you a flat? What do you?
Usually drums, but I'm starting to appreciate the flats.
Oh,
more,
the
'cause
flats,
I
yeah,
just
I've
go
always-
about the dippability.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. The drumstick is
Yeah.
very much the easier of the dippable. What, Pluggo? Where do you lie on the wings?
I eat them all. I don't even care. I'm like, give me bone in for sure, but flats, drums, all of it. I love taking a big old drum and just dunking it down to some blue cheese and just gnawing on that thing.
Mm.
I have no shame, Kimmy. No shame in my game. We do get a lot of boneless wings, so I mean, I don't, but they aren't traditional wings. I ain't gonna argue that argument. It's a different thing, but they're still good. They're still good.
Yeah.
I'm fat. I'll eat it all. I'll drink the sauce.
I concur.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. As far as like New York pizza goes, Ella, not a fan in the chat. Says it's too
Honestly,
thin.
A buffalo pizza is superior to a New York slice.
What kind of
hot
pizza
take.
is usually? Is it like Italian or is it like the
No,
Greek
so buffalo
style?
pizza, it's a thinner crust, but it has like more of a chew to it. But
Okay.
the trick is char and cut pepperoni, like kind of like the pepperoni you see on a Detroit style,
Yeah,
where like it gets nice and crispy, like the grease is in the center. Yes. Yes.
that's fair. That's a good piece of pizza. There we go. All right. Well, as the boss says, shortly after we get off the air here, from 10:30 to 11:30, right here on this channel, they'll be doing the run-in.
And if you don't know
which
what that means that if you're a wrestler, a referee, content creator in the wrestling space, you can just show up. They'll ask you a series of really fun questions, and that's called the run-in. And boom,
Yeah.
I've been
You
on
can
it.
Pop in there. They'll ask you 4 or 5 random questions, some that have nothing to do with wrestling, and you do your little thing called the run-in. And yeah, we do that. We pop in when we got extra time, so that's a lot of fun. If anybody in the wrestling world,
I got to be
I'll
on the
take a part of
first ever run-in where he.
I haven't
spliced
done it
up-
yet. Maybe I'll
where
pop in.
you were on the
Maybe I'll
last
pop-
one. What are you talking about?
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
They asked you what the Hurricane Rana was going to be renamed.
Oh, that was
It-
one question on the street though that they asked me a month.
Yeah.
That wasn't like the
On
whole
the
thing.
street.
I was
Hey, I've
on
been-
one where they chopped it up with Speedball Mike Bailey's answers to the questions. So I always like to tell people that I was on the show with Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh,
Ella
look
was
at
on the first
you.
one as well.
Yeah,
on
Ella
the
was.
first one.
Yeah.
Oh, and Spencer says all of them have nothing to do with wrestling. We talk enough about wrestling. Let's talk about how many ducks people want to fight. So that's, there you go. There you go.
Well, you could use this for the run-in if you'd like, Jose. How many ducks would you be able to take in a fight?
Depends on the ducks we're talking about. Are we talking like Disney ducks? Are we talking the Mighty Ducks? Are we talking about drag queen Anitra who walks that fucking duck? You know, the
There's
important
a lot of
questions.
ducks.
What about just regular sized ducks?
What about just regular ducks from the animal kingdom?
Oh,
No.
I mean, I played Duck Hunt on the NES. Fuck
Yeah.
it. Send them all.
Send them all.
Just kick.
Kimmy,
Just
how
kick.
many ducks could you fight at once?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like 2 or 3. I feel like such a wimp. I feel like I don't know. I'm already I would get really overwhelmed.
With 2?
Yeah, I would get really overwhelmed and
Fair.
stress out and try to run, and then it just wouldn't work well. And yeah, so I'd say 2 or 3.
And that, folks, is the run-in and how it would go from 10:30 to 11:30 here on Love Wrestling. So if you want to be a part with it, stay tuned for the link. It'll be out on socials.
Absolutely.
There you go, Spencer. We got you 2 quick answers for the run-in. And yes, Spencer saying he likes Jose with the Antra reference. Is that
What
saying
about
Nature reference,
me?
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, Spencer, what about Kimmy?
Canada versus the world too.
There we go.
Spencer
All right.
might be a little upset with Kimmy because SRS lost at Topgolf and then charged him $50,000 just to do
It's
that
possible.
quick video that we sent him.
It's
the other
possible.
day.
It's possible that
So
happened.
he could be salty about that, but I think he still loves you. Spencer loves everybody. Yeah, see,
Oh,
of course we like him.
yay!
Spencer
Yeah,
does. Spencer doesn't dislike anyone. They're Canadian. That's
Yeah,
not allowed.
true.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
And then I just popped so hard for hold on.
Oh, that was at the 154 mark, Spencer. If you want
There
to
you
go,
go.
ahead and flip
Timestamp
those.
that and
All's
get that out
yours,
there,
buddy.
man.
All yours.
So as we come towards the end of the show, obviously we were all there in SummerSlam weekend, so we'll go around the room. Well, Kim, I don't know if you fully explained what you were doing at WrestleMania weekend. You were involved with WrestleCon, so
I was.
explain quickly what you were doing, and then what was your favorite part of the weekend? I'll be
SummerSlam
sure-
weekend.
Yeah, what was the favorite part of the weekend?
So I was helping out High Spots with Destination WrestleCon Cleveland. If you're familiar with WrestleCon, you know they usually run during WrestleMania week, but they've been trying out doing these pop-up cons at some other big WWE shows. So they did it last year in Detroit for SummerSlam. They did it again this year with Cleveland. So I was helping them out. I worked with Trish and Sting. Sting yelled at me. Trish and I had a wonderful time. It was fantastic. And yeah, just helping them set up, break down, causing chaos and havoc like I do at every convention I ever work because people trust me for things and I don't know why. Hell, someone's trusting me to be the agent representative on site for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Sunday. And I really don't know why I'm being trusted with that title, but we're going to live with it. But my favorite part of the weekend, besides Topgolf, because I feel like nothing could top
I feel like
Topgolf.
collectively that's probably the answer for all of us, is it
Yes.
not?
But
So maybe favorite besides Top Golf for
Besides,
all of us.
I would
Yeah.
say my second favorite part of the weekend was getting to work with Trish and hear how excited she was for her A&E documentary that dropped Sunday because it
Which
was
was
the
great,
1
by the way.
hour. She told me to watch it. She wanted my full critique, and it was wonderful. And I had tweeted this that, you know, I've gotten the pleasure of knowing Trish as a person over the last year, but she continues to prove why she is one of the hardest working people in wrestling with 2 kids, still kicking ass, doing Canadians Got Talent, still doing appearances, still popping up at WWE. She was at Money in the Bank. She was hosting it. But yeah, working with Trish was really cool. I love working with her. Hopefully it's not the last time this year, but definitely working with her and getting yelled at by Sting was my second favorite part of the weekend.
Heck yeah. Ella saying that her favorite part was not dying from the rafters. So yes,
Hell yeah, I love
that was also good. Yeah, Jose, what was your favorite part of the weekend and just your experience in general this past week?
I mean, besides Topgolf, I mean, doing the junket obviously was like a career high for me, so that's something I'm going to take me forever. Outside of that, so for Friday at WrestleCon, Ella J and I had a friendly little wager going on regarding another good friend of ours, one Miss Hardcore Country Mickey James, on her slated arrival time for said convention. So originally it was supposed to be 2 p.m. She was flying in that day because last minute travel plans. Hey, everybody had some sort of travel shit going on. Who cares? Ella was saying 3 p.m. I said, you know what? I'm going to say 2:45. And lo and behold, no sooner than 2:45, walking behind us, Mickey immediately sees me. She's like, oh, hey. I'm like, Ella, what time is it? And I got my lunch that day or the next day for free. As a
Nice.
surprise.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. That's
It was a
great.
great story.
That's great. I love it. Plug up.
I didn't have any fun at all.
No, you were kind
No,
of
I'm just
jealous all
kidding.
weekend, bro.
I'm just kidding. I said it earlier. I thought the community event was probably my favorite thing, just being able to help out and just having kind of a lot of fun with those kids and hanging out and packing meals and just honestly, everybody was so cool, man. From Emily, who helped us out immensely early on, you guys being there was a blast. Getting to meet you guys in person, serenading, songs with Jose and being like, "Is it cool if I put your arm?" Yeah, I was like holding on to him because the seats were so packed.
You could have sang "I Died in Your Arms."
I just died in your arms tonight. No, we didn't die, but overall, the whole weekend was a wild experience that I haven't still fully grasped that I was able to do. So,
yeah, man, it was a good time.
Good times from everybody involved.
Yeah, for me, it was Pluggo. Meeting you. Obviously, I'd be the nice one and say it because he's not going to say it. What the hell, man? No, but meeting you was obviously, that was very cool. We've known each other for 3+ years, but that was the first time in physical form we got to hug.
Which the actual video footage of us actually meeting for the first time, we'll put that out.
That'll be in the vlog. But
it's much more sweeter than the Bobby Roode.
Yeah, we did the Bobby Roode video or whatever. But
the Glorious Bomb was great though.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. Honestly, I mean, it is Top Golf. Top Golf was the best thing, but
so much fun.
It was just the whole weekend. Was just so much fun. Everyone was so nice, meeting new people, everybody, stuff like that. But the media junket, obviously, kind of like Jose, was a career high for me as well. Getting to interview Bailey, who's my favorite wrestler of all time, my GOAT. So getting to interview
not only that, and her
being awesome,
and just
like she got it. We were afraid. She was sitting down, and
while she's the champion, no less.
Yeah. While she was the champion, she's sitting down, and I'm like, "Hey,"
we're like, "Hey, listen."
I'll get the camera ready. Go ask her if she can.
We want to do this together.
And she goes, "Between two beards shtick."
She goes, "Oh, I get it. I got to be on this show." And we're like,
"Yeah."
what?
And then she was just so cool. She gave us a good amount of time. She was great. She was like, well, I got to be on that show. And the people, the people that work for WWE were so gracious with us and things like that. And they were complimentary and they were as nice as the other creators that we met. It was just, it was really just a tremendous experience all the way around. And it made me want to immediately be like, I want to be around those people at more of those things soon. Like, I want to do this more often and be with these people.
And it wasn't that we
really
weren't
felt like
supporting
everybody
you guys
was rooting everybody
for all this, but now it's like I want all these people to succeed too. And I'm looking forward to everything that you do in the future. And hopefully Kimmy's golf scores will go up, not down.
Yeah, I know. All right, real quick before we get out of here.
It's all love. It's all
We'll
love.
start with Kimmy again.
I couldn't help it.
I'm listening, JPJ.
Thank you. Trying to round this one out here. Kimmy, let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming up, and where they can find you on the social medias to follow along what you're doing.
You can follow me on Twitter at Kimmy_Sokol. Somehow my Stephanie McMahon picture got me 200+ followers this weekend, and I'm like, oh shit, now I gotta actually do things now. You can follow me on Instagram at Kimmy.Sokol because for whatever reason I didn't make the usernames the same. I don't know why I didn't do that. But this weekend, if you're in the Pittsburgh area, I will be at Steel City Con. Britt Baker and Mike O'Malley will be there all 3 days.
Mike O'Malley?
Yeah, I'm repping him too. I had no idea who he was.
He's a Boston guy.
Well, I'm just shocked that Kimmy Sokol did not know Mike O'Malley from Nickelodeon's Guts.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you have it? Guts. Check out the scoreboard. Mo. Anyway. Continue.
That show was on before I was born.
Listen.
They revived it.
Yeah. The Aggro Crag did. Come on.
I just want to say I could be on a show where JPJ yells at you and Jose just goes, just calls you out, and I just go, I could just sit there and laugh all day.
I'm not yelling at Kimmy. I'm just asking.
Yeah, this is not yelling. This is just.
It's like really they revived it, and you're just like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I could watch that show.
So Mike O'Malley, Britt Baker.
And Swerve Strickland will be there Sunday only. So if you're in the Pittsburgh area, go check that out. I'll be there running around like a crazy person. If you want to know what I do in media, I get approved from AEW from time to time doing cool things there. I also complain about Ring of Honor every Thursday because they are breaking my heart. Right after this, I will be on OLE podcast with Honor Ramble reviewing Ring of Honor, which I was watching in the background of doing this podcast. And I don't know what cons I'm doing after this. All I know is I'll be at WrestleCade, causing more problems like I always do. And a big event, I'll be repping MJF. So if you're in the New York area, go see me in MJF. Paul Heyman will be there, so I'm pretty excited to meet him for the first time.
Name dropping 101 over here with Kimmy.
But thank you all for having me on to discuss my SummerSlam weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you for running in on us. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
really.
glad you're
Just hopping in.
Yeah.
Jose, let the people know where they can find those interviews you did this past weekend, and just where they can find you on these social media.
Yes, so the interviews are on the PW Mania YouTube channel. And then as for me, the advertised guest of this program today, Kimmy, you can find me everywhere at the same place, Jose in the Air. JoseInTheAir.com has all of my links.
Damn,
Shop
Kimmy.
JoseInTheAir.com has this lovely t-shirt here, some mugs, support the channel. I will be back on Twitch tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, doing a little bit of a more brief SummerSlam recap, and then playing Valorant badly because, let's be real, I play Valorant badly. Proudly bronze too. Might go down after not playing for a week and a half. Who knows? And then also my guest at this time on my YouTube channel is going to be coming back in a little bit later in August with some AEW All-In predictions with a fun guest. I'm very excited about that. You're going to have to stay tuned to see who it is. But yeah, I'm everywhere and nowhere.
Love it. I love it. Yes, go follow these two.
And I think, yeah,
they are wonderful.
For sure.
Maybe we'll have Jose on again where he's not rudely interrupted by somebody. I'm just kidding, Timmy. I'm just kidding.
Wow, that means I'm not invited back?
No, you both are invited. Look, it's open door policy here, y'all. It's open door policy here, y'all. Once you're on, we'll reach out to you.
Literally,
I don't. You let us know. Yeah. Hey, we want to come talk. You're on. It's open door.
We're gonna have to recreate the Dis the Diva segment from 2004 with just me and Kimmy going back and forth.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that would be incredible.
Please
that
do.
Would be absolutely.
Yeah, open door policy. He's not kidding. You guys are welcome back anytime you want. You don't even have to be advertised. You can just say, "Hey, I'm not doing anything," and we will bring you.
Well, clearly, I wasn't advertised, and I just showed up.
Yeah, you know, there's a last time for everything.
Oh my god!
That was Jose saying, "Next time, you're done." That's what that is. You're done.
Next time, I'm the only guest here. Bitch.
Nobody steals my spotlight. The only tribal chief.
If you're Kimmy freaking Sokol, nobody is gonna steal my spotlight.
I just did.
There we go. There we go.
See, Ella's coming to my defense.
He's so rude. Pluggo, do the damn thing. Let the people know where they can find us.
Hold on, let me collect my thoughts.
Oh, man.
But again, thank you to you guys for coming on. You can find me at Pluggo on Facebook. You can find me at Pluggo_ on Twitter, at Pluggo _B2B on Instagram and TikTok. I need to just tighten that up, but that person's got the stranglehold on just Pluggo. So I'll have to fight that person that hasn't tweeted in 12 years.
See, the trick is now you changed literally everything to at just Pluggo, the words together.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Good idea.
There you go. See, Jose's coming up with $1 million ideas. We got to have him on board.
See?
But no, then you can find everything that we've got going on as a show at B2Beards across all social media platforms. That one actually stuck. We have interviews up right now on Love Wrestling with Bailey, with Braun Breaker, with Gunther. 2 new champs, and Bailey's still our girl, even though she lost to Nia. The rest of our interviews with DIY, Baron Corbin, they'll be coming out soon. So stay tuned to that on this very channel at Love Wrestling CA. That is what we've got going on.
And you can follow me at JPJ Loves Gaming.
Oh, and then I've got a really cool interview dropping next week with somebody that's wrestling at the West Midland
waits
Mall.
Until I'm plugging my shit.
And then I forgot to tell you. Then I also forgot
what I have
more exposure on Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
I'm in the middle of my shit.
10 a.m.
He just interrupted you.
10 a.m. for exposure. Blair,
right,
Chico, myself, independent wrestling talk. I can't do it.
Listen, Kimmy has to be on a podcast in 7 minutes.
So be quick with plugging your shit.
I have to be. Yes, now I have to be.
Sorry, I do lots of stuff.
Now I have to be quick with plugging my shit. JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms every Thursday night, 8 p.m. right here, the flagship show. I'm stuck with this loaf right here, Pluggo, every week interrupting me and doing things, but I love them. Tuesday mornings, we just debuted Firmly WWE, me and my friend Drew Nicholas, and then every Thursday mornings at 10 a.m., both shows at 10 a.m., we do Firmly AEW, so you can check me there as well. You can also check me on Twitch. We'll be back tomorrow morning playing some more college football and getting my butt kicked because I stink at that game. But yeah, you can follow me there. Kimmy, our advertised guest, Jose, first and foremost, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Kimmy, thank you as well for joining us. You are both always welcome. It was a pleasure meeting both of you. We clicked like that. As you can tell, we had a real fun time tonight as well. You guys are welcome back anytime. Go follow them. Go give them the love. Go do all the things you do and support these two. They are great. And for everybody in the chat tonight, thank you for tuning in. And until next time, y'all know the drill. Say hi to Sue now.
Oh, it's Sue time.
Peace out.
Hey there, Plugo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue, and I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. Get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for